Greetings and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to episode 381 of the Words About Games podcast, the weekly gaming podcast for words about games. I'm your host, Amy K. Alexander. I'm joined this week by the most comfortable man in the house. It's Mr. Daffy Moody.
I'm trying to entice her. Oh, she did. She came up. Oh, my beautiful baby.
No, you can't. Dora, I love you, but I need to keep.
Look
I need
at your little
to keep this frustration burning under the surface for the next hour. Get the cute dog out of here. 20 seconds.
I'm trying to get you subscribers, Amy. Shut up.
Wrap it up.
just like Jeff Keighley's show. Women don't talk here. Quiet.
It's the Moody Show.
Hello, everybody. It's Friday. You know what that means. We're here to talk about my baby girl. Look at the baby. Look at her. She's so cute and adorable. That's why we called her adorable. No, don't bite the wire. Don't bite the wire.
That's adorable. Well. How the turntables.
Yeah. And she's biting me.
You asked for this.
I did.
We're also joined by the man who decided right at the beginning of my Dark Souls stream last night to tell me he was having KFC when I'd already told him I was hungry. It's Mr. Vitz Patel.
What's good, gamers? It's going to get spicy this evening.
I'm ready for war.
Is it as spicy as that thing you sent us in Discord, the food, whatever?
Tonight's meal was turkey chili mac made by yours truly, and it was amazing.
Looked amazing.
How spicy?
Oh, yeah, it's got a fair amount of heat to it.
Is it as spicy as your takes you're going to have?
But time will tell, my friend. Time will tell.
Oh, God. Oh, spicy already.
I feel like you guys have seen my spicy takes because I shared my notes with you that I was making as I was watching.
It was either that or the ramblings of a mad woman going deeper and deeper into insanity.
It was both.
A bit of both, yeah. There's no doubt about it. It is a bit of both with her. And it's just like, oh God, what have I put myself through? By the end of it, she's just like, oh God.
At one point, you were calling for someone to suplex Jackie.
Batista, run on and just powerbomb his ass.
My God.
So Greg Miller was there. He could have done a commentary and everything. He could
have done, yeah.
He could have.
Just Greg Miller just comes out from on stage with the microphone already in his hand.
Yeah.
And Batista's got him.
Hey, Batista bombed him through the stage. The game show's over. Bye. So long, folks.
Security's trying to get to the stage, but here comes John Cena.
They can't see him. That's why they're already on the floor.
And then for the final kicker, and here comes Timothée Chalamet.
He's grown up from the last episode, last year's game. I saw that.
I believe they invited him back.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob GL for posting that on.
Oh man! Before we get into the main topic, how's everybody doing?
It may have gone off the rails already, but we're all here for it.
I love the fact that this is like the most fired up we've been about any topic in the podcast, and I know this because we just skipped right past the whole. Oh yeah, I had a good week. You know, it was just like straight to the Batista suplex, Timothée Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Thank you.
Chalamet. One of the two.
Yeah, so for everybody listening out there in listener land, we're recording this a day later than we usually do because we wanted to be able to consume the Video Game Awards and
that was a
essentially
mistake.
break it down. Yeah,
Deep down, one of us consumed it live during, and one of us has not watched it at all because I couldn't be bothered. I was like, no.
One of us enjoyed, two of us enjoed a healthy amount of sleep while all that was going on.
Yeah, I slept like a baby, just like this baby. Look at my baby.
Do you know what I followed it up with? The gym, which was just the greatest decision I've ever made in my entire life.
Like, you watched the Game Awards and you had so much built-up anger, you just went, I gotta burn this off.
No, I went, I watched the Game Awards. I slept for a few hours.
Oh, okay.
And then I got up and went to the gym. And it turns out that, like, sleep is very important if you're going to exercise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was very difficult.
I can believe that.
Proud of you for getting it done, though.
I did it. I did it all.
You did it.
I did the running.
High five, Amy.
I did the runs. I did the did some of that.
You were like,
I actually literally got off one machine and just went,
this is what Kaylee's done to me.
The person I was with was like, oh shit.
I'm leaving her now. Bye. Oh, she's already gone.
This might be the one that you need to swing on by YouTube for this one.
Yes,
We're trying to decipher the
look at
guns of Amy.
Look at the baby. Look at the baby.
No, you will not blunt my critiques. I'm trying to think.
Down show is this? Let's be honest.
Yeah, PG-13. What kind of gosh darn fucking show is this? I'm trying to remember anything else I did in the last 8 days, and it's all I'm drawing a blank.
December's one of these months where all the days blend together more than usually, kind of thing. And as the month goes on, people just lose track of time. We don't know what day of the week. We might know the day, as in the number kind of thing, but ask me what day of the week it is, not a shot.
It's Friday. You know what that means.
There you go. But we only say that when we record. But today
on a Thursday.
Yeah. That's it.
It's literally Friday. It's unprecedented. Yeah. This doesn't normally happen.
International, give your constructive and feedback to Jeff Keighley, but do it in a manner which will make you come across as a human, not just as a troll.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
I don't know if I can contain the burning.
Yeah, you're asking too much here, Vitz. You're asking too much.
Well, we tried.
Yeah.
Moody hasn't seen the show, and he's asked me 3 times now. Like Judas Iscariot, he's asked me 3 times now if it was really that bad. I feel like some revelations are coming his way about how it all went down last night. That might just fuel something inside of him.
Yeah, you're gonna say you're gonna turn green by the end of this.
No, I'll be fine.
No, all I'm saying was it was missold more than PPI. Put it that way.
Wow.
Yeah. Like the usual. Oh, we're here to celebrate video games line, which we all knew was kind of bullshit, but there was just enough celebration, like that you could kind of get away with it. Not this time.
And he said no more world premieres, but that man said world premieres in person, mind.
Yeah. On the YouTube channel, all says world premieres.
Yeah,
all the trailers literally say world premieres.
He never fucking shut up about world premieres. He didn't have a chance.
Did he forget to tell the art department and all this and himself that we took away world premieres?
Like a lot of things Jeff Keighley says, I believe he was just speaking because he likes the sound of his own voice. And it didn't really matter what came out of his mouth. That was it. I know I ended that sentence like I was going to keep going, but it was a full stop.
The most engaged they were kind of across the evening is when they were talking to the Muppet, and you couldn't figure out which one was the actual Muppet. It was. It was completely asinine.
Which one was pulling the strings?
If Gonzo was there to announce like a Sesame Street product, Muppets product or anything like that, or like a video game collab with Fortnite or anything like that, then fair enough.
Or just any game.
It's an excuse just not to have a woman or a person of color there in their place.
Isn't he blue? Yeah. Does that count?
I mean, is he a person?
Good point. Oh, Muppets people.
Does he have a hand stuck up his ass? Maybe.
Topic 1. Well, sometimes I have it.
Jason Segel.
You does not make me any less of a person.
Yeah.
Did they make you talk?
Not talk.
Made a noise.
Were you singing it out loud?
Sorry for notes higher than you've ever done.
Did you do that? You did that on purpose, there, Moody, right?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. High fives for everybody.
Hey.
Let's not be left out. So I have a 3 and almost a 4-hour show when you include the pre-show.
If you include the pre-show, it was more than 4 hours.
Oh, there you go. To be fair, I think Sidney Goodman did a brilliant job doing what Sidney Goodman does. And yeah, for more than the first time, we've seen too many important awards and categories sidelined to the pre-show, which they called the something else because they didn't want to call it pre-show. I forgot what term they used. Opening act. That was it.
Yeah, I knew it had something to do with films.
Yeah, so all the or any award to do with innovation towards accessibility and things were kind of sidelined and just
what the fuck was
disappointing in
that all
terms
about?
of there's zero representation for disabilities across any across the spectrum kind of thing in the main show, quote unquote. So that was exceedingly
Keep talking.
disappointing. Oh, don't worry, we've got no
Moody's
intention to stop.
already had enough. He's heard enough. He's like, fuck this.
That's it. But no. Yeah, and like I think the most representation that we saw were the shots of Steve Saylor in the crowd. That was essentially it that we saw. And
Was it? I'm not complaining about this. I love both of these people quite a lot. But was it just me, or did they keep cutting to Steve Saylor and Liana Rupert like constantly?
It was. I think it was like 3 or 4 times for sure, and it seemed like they gave them like token seats somewhere where the camera was always going to be.
Yeah, it was a strange one because it was like, oh, there's Liana, and I was like, that's cool, and then she just kept popping up, and I was just like,
yeah.
Is the rest of the
absolutely
crowd
no
real?
criticism to the individuals because I adore
love
both of them. But yeah, it was a weird. There was a lot of weird direction in this show. But yeah, as I said, like for the whole runtime, Raj Patel did a breakdown in terms of how much of the show was dedicated towards announcements and advertising blocks and segments, and how much was to the awards, which, as the title suggests, the Game Awards is what we're there to do. And to what was the lie that he told? To celebrate the game industry.
Celebrate video games.
Yeah, and I think we had a total runtime of 12 minutes of people actually accepting awards. That may or may not include the presenters of the awards who spent more time talking than the actual people receiving the awards.
So a breakdown that I have is quite similar. It says that the award presenters had 26 and a half minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And like, no, like you could tell, like even live in the moment, like at fucking 4 a.m., like even I was sitting there going, these fucking award presenters have talked more than the people making. Moody's just why did you click a link? Moody, you know what happens when you click a link. You just broke the overlay. Stop clicking links.
That's a face of someone who clicked a link.
That's the face of someone who knows exactly what he did. Even though I saw his phone in his hand.
But I've got 3 monitors. I gotta use them.
Open your links before the podcast. Because your Discord is weird. It doesn't work properly. It's like a knockoff Discord.
I don't know why it does this. This is the weirdest Discord ever.
Moody got Discord from Wish.
Yeah.
I think so. I must have. But that's it. I apologize, everybody.
But yeah,
so it was immediately apparent that the presenters got twice as long as, or more than twice as long as anybody else who was actually receiving an award. And I get that these are quote unquote celebrities and personalities and things, but they all came out, and like Matthew McConaughey, he just rambled on. I know he's introducing that's it. And you know, I was gonna do the all right, but I wasn't. But then he did, kind of thing. And I get that he's there to introduce a new project that he's working on. It's his first time working in the video game space. That he's probably aware of. He probably has done in the past, but he smoked one too many doobies in order to remember that kind of thing. But it's one of these of, this is not why the Game Awards is here kind of thing. At least what it's billed as. And the ratio of announcements and trailers and all the rest of it being more of a product you see around E3 season versus celebrating the people who create all the fantastic games that we've had this year in the worst year for video games. Yeah, that didn't sit well.
Yeah, so according to this, the winner speeches was 10 minutes. The musical numbers was 13.5 minutes. I got no issue with the musical numbers. They were all actually on topic for the first time in Game Awards history. The award presenters was 26.5 minutes. The other presenters, which I assume includes like the Hideo Kojima, Matthew McConaughey stuff, was 42.5 minutes.
Yes, that sounds about right.
4 times longer than the award recipients. And then there was an hour and 28 minutes of trailers and ads.
Sorry, Karen.
No, I was just gonna say, like, to your point, it's like we all know what the Game Awards actually is. It's Winter Game Fest. But
Yes,
the way that Keighley opens the show up to criticism, and especially this year with like how completely out of alignment it was, even compared to previous years, like he builds it as the Game Awards. It's not like it's an accident, Oops, everybody thinks my E3 show in winter is an award show. It's like no, you specifically and consistently and repeatedly tell people what this show is, and then it's a different show to what you say it is. Like this was the best fucking E3 conference I've seen since 2017.
100%.
But also the worst fucking awards show in the history of award shows.
Also 100%. Yeah, it's just it's a bad mix, and personally, I think I've only ever become cognizant of the people who make video games in the last couple of years. Where we were all on personal journeys of growth and all the rest of it. But I come to an event like this billed as the Game Awards in order to hear from the people who make the games, not give them 20 seconds, then hit them with the okay, let's wrap it up card, and then hit them with the music as well. And I just found it disingenuous, and in some respects it's actually disrespectful, especially if English doesn't have to be your first language.
Well,
and
yeah, I mean it's extremely disrespectful. Like as someone who watched it live, like I can pull a bunch of and I was like going out my fucking gourd last night, as you know. Like I can still pull like a bunch of examples. Like they like Sam Lake got up to accept 2 awards last night, and the first one was game direction, and you could tell like it meant a lot to him as someone who like Alan Wake came out in 2010 and no one cared, like in the grand scheme of things. So like the fact that Alan Wake 2 has now come out, like which obviously is a passion project, and for it to actually be recognized, like you can see it in his face, you can hear it in his voice that he's like 100%. really emotional, and then the music starts and it's just like, oh okay, get off the stage now. And it's like, let the man fucking talk.
Really? For directional? Like that's arguably the second top award.
It was one of the first ones they gave out at the main show, but that was like it was everyone really. So Eiji Aonuma, the director of Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, went up to accept an award. He doesn't speak English, so he had a translator. He got the same amount of time as everybody else.
Yeah.
So by the time he was finished saying what he had to say, as the translator started translating what he said, the wrap it up thing, and it's not. This isn't like a funny joke. There was literally a screen
with a countdown.
Yeah, I've seen the video you posted.
Wrap it up. And yeah, the one that went around social media a bit was the Baldur's Gate 3 one from I think it was when the Game of the Year.
Yes.
And like as the director of the game is dedicating the award and the game to one of his fellow game developers who passed away while they were making the game, the sign starts saying "wrap it up."
Yeah, they passed away a month ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's disgusting. And I get that it's a course correction because we can't have, well, I say we can't. Jeff doesn't want to have everyone have a speech as Christopher Judge last year kind of thing, which I still think is one of the most amazing speeches that we've heard kind of thing, regardless of how they played the music to try and get him off, but it only amplified everything he was saying kind of thing and made it more, gave it a lot more gravitas and impact. But yeah, it's too much of an overcorrection, and I get that you want to have some sort of regularity so you can kind of plan out the show, but you've got to give people more time.
This is the thing about it when your show is an E3. Like I say, the awards are not even the second most important thing there.
Well, according to this,
it's not even the third or fourth or the fifth. Yeah, it's the fifth most important thing there, basically, or even worse, even less. It's insane. Like, obviously, the first thing that's important is Jeff Keighley, his ego.
Oh
it's
my
the
fucking god, Jeff Keighley all night, Jesus Christ! Like, if he could name drop that he'd played a game, or that like, oh, this Anthony Mackie, you know, who I know, like he would do it, and I was just like,
Buds.
The worst thing I saw, like I've seen some of the trailers and everything like that, or most of the trailers, and he starts all of them out, spoiling it all. He is from the next Dragon Ball game. He is from this. It's like, yo, shut the fuck up to say here, brand new thing, check it out, or even better, don't say a fucking thing. Just let transition after an award has been given out and the person has given a speech. Transition into a trailer. Bang! Yeah. It's simple, to the point. Then you don't need to say it. Tell the people, interrupt things, man. Jeff needs to get himself out of it. Like I said with the Summer Games Fest and the Gamescom, he needs to. No, off.
He needs to devour Moody's microphone cable and thumb and fingers.
Yeah.
I think he's giving special directions to the adorable puppy trying to sever the microphone.
The adorable puppy's just like, calm down, father, calm down.
Attention, father, it's attention.
But no, like you were absolutely right. Like Keighley at every point in this show is positioning himself front and center. It's not a celebration of video games. It's not even a celebration of marketing. It's a celebration of Jeff fucking Keighley. And that's why at the end of my unhinged ramble over notes, I said, can someone please go on the stage now and suplex Jeff Keighley through the stage?
Yeah.
Because like he did it once. The thing that you're talking about, he did it once for the very last trailer. He went, I'm just going to let this one speak for itself. And it was like the clouds parted and I could see sun for the first time. It was like, oh, this is what it's like not to have to hear this narcissist speak.
That may have also been... Sorry, that may have also been because the sun was coming up because the actual show was so long, given the time difference here in the UK.
But like, if the show was 4 hours long, and instead of having an hour and a half of trailers and ads, it just had an hour of trailers and ads, and it had that extra time being given to game developers giving speeches for their awards and having like more awards, like best indie game actually be announced on the stage. I would be fine staying up before 4 o'clock to watch that. That's why I've watched the 100%. Game Awards all of these years, because there's always those cool moments of Chris Judge's speech, Sonic Fox, Greg Miller. Like none of that would have happened this year because they all would have been fucking played off after 20 seconds.
No, 100%. I watched the acceptance speech for when that Dragon Cancer picked up their award.
Yeah,
and
I like that one.
I think it's circa like 2 minutes long.
Yep.
And it's beautiful, all the things that they're putting down. You wouldn't get that. I think one of the potential solutions is to split the show into two halves. And to your point, Amy, have it build as Winter Games Fest and have all your announcements and all your ad section in a separate show, and have the first half be purely awards and give developers their due respect. In terms of, okay, we're going to celebrate, we're going to have a vignette of, here are all the nominees. Here's a little bit from each developer to give you a flavor of who these people are. And then give them the opportunity to celebrate themselves and their teams. Because 90% of the time, we're having the heads of the studio come up to accept the award. Or if they're not there, we're having people from, the wonderful Shuhei Yoshida come up and collect the award on people's behalf, which is all well and good. I get that not everybody can travel and all the rest of it, but the 90% of the time, these executives are making the calls to say, okay, they're not putting in the graph to say, okay, this is why this game is special because of the extra legwork that they put in. It's the developers work for them and their place. I'm not to say that they don't deserve any credit, but they're not the people making this magic happen.
Yeah,
it's just disappointing more than anything.
Do you want to know how much it costs to get a trailer? I know please. This. It's 50 grand a second.
Okay.
So you put out a 90, 100, or like a 90-second trailer.
Yeah.
Like they're forking out a lot of money just to get this on here. Mm-hmm. Like this is the thing about it. Like I agree with you to a certain point where they maybe should separate it and put one that Game Awards, properly celebrating the developers and everything, because it passes over it so fast. I fucking hate him for it. I really do. because he says we're going to do a celebration for the games and the people who have made the games. No, you don't. You really, really don't, because you skip over half of them, if not all of them.
And you rapid fire many of them as well, and especially. All game awards should be equal, but we don't live in that world, kind of thing. Some of these have more importance than others, and that's simply the truth of the matter, kind of thing. And when you're rapid firing, okay, I'm going to cover 5 categories a second, and one of them is independent game of the year.
Best indie game, best art, best sound, best music. It's like, best everything that makes a video game. It's like, all right, mate.
Yeah, it's like even when we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, it's like what can we do, what can we suggest to fix the Game Awards? Like separating them into 2 things would be at least, I think, a good start. And then we can start concentrating on the better things. Like, you can have a show where you're literally then saying, this is for like the next 2 years or 18 months. Because a lot of the trailers, yesterday, some of them were like 2025, see you later, suckers. We don't talk to us and everything. And I don't know. It's like, a lot of it, like, we Amy, like, if it's like, so you are new to the podcast compared to like, but me and him have been bitching about fucking Keeley for so freaking long, because his ego is literally front and center. He always brings it all about him and everything, and I'm really getting sick of it. That's why I was so surprised you watched it, Amy.
Well, again, like, there's always those little nuggets of the award show that could exist. Like, it does exist, IGF Awards and DICE Awards are both shows that are put on every year, and they're really great because they do celebrate the games and the people who made them. And the Game Awards is positioned itself as the de facto, like, I don't know how you want to describe it, main awards, thanks to just how big it is.
It's a tentpole event for the year.
Yeah, and
but is that more, sorry for butting in here, I know you've got a thought there, but is that more, I think that's a mixture of Jeff and also the people, the fans and everything like that, and the people who watch it and like do reactions and everything, because he's made it out to be a big thing for check out the new games. People watch it for the games, for the next trailers, for what's coming in the future. They don't give a flying hoot about the awards and who wins the games awards and everything.
And that's been it's not been a good balance in the past. Because, otherwise we wouldn't have criticized the Game Awards to hell and high water for the last decade. This podcast hasn't existed that long, but however long this podcast has existed. But there's always been just enough of that sort of, like, celebration of people who make games. Just enough. Not enough, but just enough to keep me watching every year so I can see these small sprinkles of everything, like the when they used to do the Lifetime Achievement Awards, Roberta Williams won it one year, or when they do like profiles and spotlights, when they did the Future Class, where the fuck was the Future Class last night?
Like, why?
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It wasn't in the show.
I liked it because a large majority of the Future Class actually voted for Jeff or someone to speak up for the people of Palestine, and they won't be having any of that at the show. So I think that's why it was sidelined. According
to Blessing Adeoye and Junior's photograph, they shoved them all in the corner where they couldn't see anything.
Like behind rigging and cameras and things like that.
Jeff did not want to look at them. Like, how dare you? How dare you just besmirch my circus of capitalism? But like last night, just threw all of it away, like the even those little sprinkles of the award show that I come to watch, like the 20 or 30 minutes of award show that I get in the 4 hours. Last night was like 5 minutes. And it makes me lose my mind, especially considering, again, the fucking trailers with like the show with the trailers and the game reveals was probably the best one he's ever done.
Yeah, and it was brilliantly paced. I didn't think it lagged too much in the middle, like the Keeley shows have done in the past, especially like opening like that. I think the actual cadence of trailer, advert, and when they're doing the advert, it hasn't been as front-facing as they usually are. So there's no preamble to say, oh, now we're going to have the Hydro Schlick guy come out and do a little bit for us.
Add it again.
Yeah, that's it.
Like...
there wasn't any of that. It was just, we're running into a trailer ad for whatever happens to be, whether it be Lenovo with their new handheld PC or whatever it is. And the cadence of that was really snappy, and I did appreciate that. So I think as much as we're providing some constructive criticism, I think we also need to give dues where they're credited to say, this was a much better structured show. It's just the show that we were promised didn't actually happen.
It's a really well structured E3 press conference. It's just,
exactly.
But this wasn't an E3 press. This wasn't supposed to be an E3 press conference. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we'll celebrate the games and everything in the second half of the podcast for sure.
Yeah,
but
I think something that I also wanted to touch upon as well is I know there was a movement within people who play these games to say, okay, well, while we've had this has been a brilliant year for video games, it's also been the worst year in terms of the number of lives that have been impacted by layoffs and studio closures and just some piss poor management decisions across a number of executive boards kind of thing. And we really wanted Jeff, as the talisman that he's propped himself up to be, to kind of speak out about that and just say, right, this has been a fantastic year, but it's also been a terrible year, and we need to do better as a society, as an industry, as as the video game sector. But we didn't get any of that.
No,
we got
some
one
of it.
Single mention.
We got the first part. This has been a great year. What a year for video games! And he kept saying it over and over again, like he was trying to fucking hypnonize me or something.
Yeah,
like
convince you that it was true.
Like, and there was a protest outside, which was cool.
Was there?
Yeah, there was people. There was I think they were game developers and students as well. I saw some student placards as well outside.
Security was beefed up.
You could tell.
I've never seen more imposing security guards as I did last night. So like the rest of the stage was kind of ripped off, and the bits where people were passing through to go up and collect their awards and whatnot, you had some absolute units protecting the line. No one was getting through.
Was just like Dark Souls
the
boss.
Yes.
Like, you want to fucking get past me? It's like no one's getting past. No one's getting past those guys.
And then sadly, obviously, the people collecting the awards, they didn't have the time to talk about any of the negative aspects of the industry. But then also 90% of these people are the exec levels who aren't necessarily going to say, oh, well, I had to lay off 500 people this year and it's really bad for them. They're not going to say any of that shit. They're just going to say, yay, good for us. Somehow we made this happen, and we're going to make with 500 fewer people, even though they were probably the ones that made this in the first place and made it great. All right, we'll see you next year for our next.
Like most of the people who, this is what makes it readily apparent that like none of the only indie studios that were represented on stage were represented by Shuhei Yoshida and executives from Annapurna Interactive. And even the executives from Annapurna Interactive got fucked over because they started playing the fuck off the stage music when the woman approached the microphone.
It's like Jeff actively said, well, they're not going to have anything of merit to say.
Oh, the man has finished speaking now. Let's play the music.
I'll have to go back and watch the segment, but I believe he handed the award over to the lady kind of thing for them to hold as if it was like a handbag. Just to hold this while the man does it.
Yeah, you know how to hold things.
The man is working. Stand there and look like an accessory. But obviously, no one who accepted an award last night was probably going to talk about that. That's fair enough. I know some of I saw the developer of Goodbye Volcano High shared what their acceptance speech would have been if they had won Best Debut Indie. And it did have references to Gaza and Palestine and stuff in it. And obviously they didn't win, so they didn't go up on the stage. It was Cheer, but which is fine. Like, Cheer is a great game. Like, I'm not knocking Cheer, but I said when we did the Game Awards Part 1, I'll probably title this podcast the Game Awards Part 2, but I said like I didn't want Keighley to make a speech because I knew it would be disingenuous, and I didn't think he would anyway. What I didn't expect was the level of disrespect aimed at the people who have had just the fucking shittiest year. Like,
and then you cut the camera over to, Dirty Effie Hippie again and again and again.
Yeah.
Someone who has been laid off
been laid off. Like, very recently. But yeah, it's just the level of disrespect combined with the terrible year that they've had, while Keighley stands in front of a camera with his stupid shit-eating little grin and tries to tell us all what a great year it's been. Well, there's people protesting outside the exact opposite, mate. Like, don't paint a turd and tell me it's a hot dog. That's not the saying. Polish a turd and tell me it's a diamond. not a hot dog.
There you go.
And
You got there eventually.
I always do. I always do. But that's what the frustration came through, and the fact that it boiled over onto Twitter, like, and Bluesky, like, it wasn't just me being annoyed at the Game Awards, and it's the conversation that rages on right to now, which it's usually fizzled out by now. So I think that undercurrent of frustration with that sort of like meshing of like ideas of just like bad disrespect has kind of just like boiled over.
Yeah.
I think people are actually really frustrated this time.
I have some disappointment in Chris Judge.
Yeah,
terms of-
the COD joke.
Yeah, so for those who haven't had a chance to watch the Game Awards yet, so Chris Judge, who won Best Performer the year before, came out and was presenting a Best Performance award, or for the nominees and all. And he came out, and the people at the production at the Game Awards decided to play the get off the stage music as he was doing his opening dialogue, which I thought, okay, that's
I thought it was a bit
cute.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke, because he even responds, he's like, "You motherfucker," you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure this is a joke. Little did we know.
Then they go on a little diatribe saying, "Oh, I set a world record. 7 minutes 59 seconds. We're just longer than the Call of Duty campaign this year." And it's kind of okay. People were mad about the Call of Duty campaign and its length, but you didn't have to take a cheap pot shot of that. I don't believe that was. I think that was written for Chris. This is completely given him the benefit of the doubt kind of thing. How passionate he was about the team and people and looking after the heroes who make these games. Yeah, I think it was written for him, and I think it was in poor taste.
It was an awful thing to say. Like, again, against the backdrop of like those guys like crunched for a year. Like it came out, like we read it. Like, they've had a fucking terrible year making this game, and they didn't need like a gathering of their peers at a supposed celebration of their craft, someone taking a cheap shot at them. Whether it was Chris Judge or whether it was someone who wrote the joke for Chris Judge, I don't know. But either way, it was in incredibly poor taste.
Yeah, it was crass. The one silver lining I'm taking away from the Game Awards is, of the countdown that everybody got who was accepting an awards, obviously most of these are the exec level, they got the slightest glimpse of what crunch was. When that countdown is ticking down and they've got to fit through everything they want in the final 6 seconds, I thought, like, that's a little bit of what it's like. This is what these people are going through, kind of thing.
I saw the jokes by the game devs on social media. It's just like, I didn't realize crunch extended to our awards accepted speeches. And yeah, it's a good analogy. Like, there's a clock, it's counting down. You don't have time to say everything you want to say. Uh-oh.
And then also, while I think it was better this year, and I forgive me, but I haven't gone back and checked the statistics for want for a better word, but I don't think we've had nearly enough representation of people of color and women who are there and meaningfully, as opposed to them being up there for translators or to hold a person's. They do the talking because they're the manly men. And it's like every time Jeff puts on one of these shows, he gets the same feedback every time in terms of, we want to see more representation of people with disabilities, people of different genders, people people from different walks of life and all the rest of it. But we still come back to the same issue, and it's one of these where at some point you have to start asking. Clearly, he's hearing all of this. He just doesn't give a fuck. And it's very few people who get in front of the Jeff Keighley show. And it's one of these.
You can't get in front of the Jeff Keighley show because we've somehow ended up in a fucking bizarro nightmare land where the 3 biggest shows of the year are all Jeff Keighley shows.
He's won the game of Monopoly.
There's no doubt, like, he needs to do better with that and everything, but he can only also do with what the companies have sent. 100%. At the same time, like, he can do better. There's no doubt about who he brings on to get the host and everything, but. Yeah, sadly, also the companies need to do better and everything like that. And this is like giving people the proper opportunities to get up to those levels of management to be able to go and accept the awards for the companies and the teams they've already worked with and everything.
I think I'm about to make the same point that Amy's going to, but Amy, you go for it.
Yes, you, Amy.
What if we didn't send managers? Like, no, and I know this isn't a Keeley problem. I'm not criticizing Keeley in the slightest. Yeah. Like I know it seems like I have an irrational hatred of the man. I don't, but like, what if the companies that were sending people to pick up the awards send different people?
They're not going to do that.
Yeah,
I agree with you, but they're not going to do that.
Also, my suggestion was going to be, why don't we have more hosts than just Jeff and Sydney Goodman? Sydney Goodman, bless her, did a fantastic job. I liked the little quips and all the rest of it, but Jeff, you can hire more people to help host your show. And they can be people. Yeah.
I would like
Amy.
I would like to build off of Vitz's point with a point I made
the chair recognizes Amy.
In my delirious ramblings when I said, hey, you know this future class that you keep nominating and flying out to the Game Awards? Why don't you have them actually give the awards out?
Like, one of them is one of my inspirations, who is a QA tester, is a QA lead at one of the companies in the Northeast. Like, she's amazing. Like, I've chatted with her a couple of times, and she's absolutely fantastic. And like, I believe she was in the future thing because they did a whole they chat. Like, I saw like a lot of them posted in LinkedIn that they all just had a chat with Jeff about the future, blah blah blah, and all like that. Nothing about it.
From what I know of who is in the future class, and I don't know everyone, like all of the names, but like they all seem like really, really cool and awesome people.
Yep.
And with what I'm about to say next is nothing against them as people. Like I said, again, I just want to be crystal clear. Of the people who I know from the future class, they're all excellent people. What's the point of the future class?
100%.
Especially if you don't show it. Yes, I agree.
If you don't show it in the show and you don't use it in the show, and it doesn't do anything around the show or like throughout the year, like it tied into the game, or tied into like the Game Awards or like the gaming industry, like why does it exist?
It may help them have clout on their resume.
Yeah,
I think
no
that's
doubt.
as far
No
as the
doubt.
extent goes, though.
No doubt.
And it's one of these of, okay, you've been recognized by the panel who helped Jeff put the show together and all the rest of it, and which is great for them. But yeah, unless there's any inclusion of them and their work in the actual production of the show, then it's kind of useless. And I'm sure if you gave any of them the opportunity to come up and present an award or anything like that, they would jump at the opportunity.
It
but
would instantly fix the diversity issue.
Yeah, and then they have these troubling woke agendas where they want to talk. Oh, how genocide may be a bad thing, and how we should they should be frowned upon, and people should be held accountable for their wars and stuff, and other crazy suggestions like this.
Yeah, we don't want to give any of them a microphone. We don't know what to say.
I can't remember this, but didn't some people talk about the Ukraine conflict when that all happened?
Yeah.
When the Game Awards came up?
The Game Awards and one of the Summer Game Fest. Might be more than one Summer Game Fest.
Yeah. So if it's okay for those
Those
for
people
that,
were white.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it because I knew you were here.
And one country had the right to defend themselves. I forgot about this, man. Jesus, thank you.
There was I think I saw this on social media. Take it with a pinch of salt because it was like right before we started recording. I didn't have time to like verify it for myself.
I'll check. I'll get the link and everything.
There was a tweet. There was a tweet about Replaced. The game Replaced, which is being made in Ukraine, and it made reference to both. And this is from the Game Awards account, and it made reference to the game and the conflict in Ukraine. And they deleted it today. Rather than acknowledge the Palestinian genocide, they just deleted the Ukraine tweet. And then they were like, "See, we're neutral. We don't take sides." Mm-hmm. That's the direction they decided to go in with that one. And again, this could have been bullshit. I briefly saw it right before we started recording. Didn't have time to fact check it.
Yeah, it's all just it's all so predictable and yet disappointing. Time. I don't. It's probably the eternal optimist in me. Why I'm trying to get my hopes up in terms of someone will actually, who has a platform, will speak up for these people and all the rest of it, but no one seems to give a flying fuck.
I had that optimism beaten out of me with baseball bats 10 months ago.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm curious, like going off like what you're all saying is that like all the people, the presenters who came out to present the awards and everything like that, all sound like that they obviously chatted a lot.
They would not stop talking.
I'm very curious if they went all overtime.
They didn't
They
have
would have
time.
been
So they didn't have.
no time was allotted to them.
They didn't have time allotted to them.
What? There's footage confirming this. I just want to ask this.
No, Jeff has tweeted just before we started recording, actually, that he tried to give some explanation as to why people were played the music to get them off the stage, and he gave an edict of no one was allowed to get a minute's worth of time to accept their awards. So they had a 30-second countdown. Then the flashcard would show up of, okay, time to wrap this up, and at 15 seconds to go before the minute, so 45 seconds in, that time to wrap it up would start flashing to really get them to hurry it up, kind of thing. However, the music started playing 30 seconds in. Jeff claims that he spoke to the production staff to extend this time to not have the music come in until 45 seconds as the show went on, but I don't think that message actually got through to the person pressing the buttons to make that happen. But to Amy's point, for the presenters, they had no direction given them to whatsoever, and they were rambling about their personal projects, which is fair enough because these people are quote unquote celebrities and personalities. They've got other projects going on, whether it be film, TV, music, and all the rest of it, and they want to come out and they want to market themselves because why else would they attend an event like this?
And they haven't been able to for the last 6 months.
Yeah, and it's one of these to say. I completely believe people like Simu, who's talking about his love of StarCraft and all the rest of it and RTS games, but you also don't need to. Okay, you come out and you've got a broken foot or a toe or whatever it is, kind of thing. So you're wearing one of these boots. You don't even have to mention it, or just say, had an accident on the basketball court. Let's move on. You don't have to give a 2-minute lecture about the importance of stretching before you do exercise when you're
I'm
the age of 30.
I'm 30, so now my body doesn't work properly, and it's like, mate, I'm here to watch Game Awards.
Yeah, and Anthony Mackie, God's bless you, and you're up there and you're trying to do a stand-up comedy set, trying to be the next Keanu Reeves because you know how much goodwill he endeared when he did the your breathtaking bit on stage.
Yeah, but it was so natural with him.
Well, yeah, because someone shouted it at him and he just shouted it back. Anthony Mackie was trying to manufacture the same kind of moment.
Yeah, and it just didn't work. I get that he was there to promote that Twisted Metal was getting a season 2 available on Peacock, as he mentioned several times, just to really hammer the point home. But it's not needed.
All of this all of this is fine if you're not playing off the award recipients 30 seconds into their speeches. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, if Anthony Mackie wants to do a shit stand-up comedy routine, sorry, let me rephrase that so it's slightly less horrible. If Anthony Mackie wants to do a stand-up comedy routine that I personally did not find funny for like a few minutes, that's fine. If the person he hands the award to afterwards also gets to just say all of what they wanted to say.
Yes, 1,000%.
The frustration comes from the fact that Anthony Mackie was given so much grace, and then the person who came up for the award was given none. Like, a Muppet spoke for longer than any of the award recipients. And I'm not talking about Keeley. I'm talking about the actual Gonzo. Thank you. Hideo Kojima rambled on for 8 fucking minutes, and I still don't even know anything about his game/movie thing Moody. That he's making with Jordan Peele.
Let's admit it, he probably just doesn't know that either yet. And he's creating the fucking thing.
There is that. I will say, obviously for Kojima-san, he's speaking through a translator, so that probably buffs out a lot of the time. However, obviously him and Jeff are homies and they're close and all the rest. And I get that he wants.
You're just breaking up a bit. Sorry, Vitz.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So Kojima and Jeff, really close, good friends and all the rest of it. I get that there's a big buzz when Kojima comes through for all of Jeff projects, which he does. There were some really, really cool bits to his segment that he was given. But again, in isolation, it would have been fine. But it just wasn't equal to the time given to everybody else who we were there for to celebrate their achievements. And there's comparison shots going out in terms of the door that Kojima-san walked through was the same door as the door in PT, which I thought was amazing. But he's there talking about it's more than a game and all the rest of it, which he said about Death Stranding as well. So whether that's the case for you or not, obviously your mileage is going to vary each to their own and all the rest of it. But he believes the shit that he's putting out. And Jordan Peele came through, and Greg Miller called that in a kind of funny games cast.
Yeah, I saw they cut
earlier
the camera.
this week.
They cut the camera straight to Miller as well.
I don't know if the production crew watched the episode of Gamescast, or they just happened to be like, it's just like the world's best instance of coincidence kind of thing. But they pan immediately to Greg and his beautiful wife Jen kind of thing, and they're popping for it as well. And there were special moments.
It's
yeah,
cool.
100%.
Kojima is a cool guy and he makes cool shit. But his segment nearly lasted as long as all of the winners' speeches
combined.
Yeah, all night, including the pre-show.
Yeah,
like it wouldn't bother me if, as long as like all the other developers who came up to all the awards were given ample time, and the teams were able to come up and give at least them. I can understand you got to move things along. I can appreciate that and whatnot. And the thing what you said, Vitz, what Keely's come out with says just sounds like a load of bollocks as always. What he says, because he's just trying to make it look better. Yeah, he's trying to put fires out and everything like he always does. And but I can appreciate that things need to move along and everything, but at least give him a minute before you start playing the music, for God's sakes, man. Especially if there's like a person with a translator and whatnot. Like seriously, it's a load of bollocks.
Or it's one of these things where, okay, so Sydney Goodman, she's racked through esports awards, which a large majority of the people watching the Game Awards doesn't give a flying fuck about.
They're not there for that. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I get that, but also there was no mention of, okay, this person's won. We know that we're going to win anyway because they're standing just off camera, like Doug Bowser just happens to walk by. Yeah. Oh, let me pick up the award kind of thing.
I'll grab that. I was just getting a margarita.
But there was nothing. There's no lower third to say, oh, check out their acceptance speech on YouTube or anything like that. They just didn't give a fuck. That would have been at least something for people to go in and go and see after the fact, to say, okay, let's give them the time and the reverence and respect they deserve. But there was just none of that. And it's not to say that a particular esport faker or whoever won the Game Award kind of thing needed that audience or that opportunity, but everybody should be afforded that, and it just wasn't the case. However, to go on to some positives about the Game Awards. The music segments, all bangers. Every single one. Flute Guy came back. My God,
he had a bigger flute.
He had a different instrument for each game that he was playing along for. It was amazing, and they subsequently got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, at the end he was playing like this huge fucking thing. I was just like, I love this man.
It looked like he was dual wielding a flute, like harmonica, and a big oboe.
He was awesome. Well. No, the orchestra was. I thought they ditched it because it didn't come up for like an hour and a half or 2 hours or something. Mm-hmm. Like it was really late into the show when they did their first bit. It was the Final Fantasy VII bit, which we'll talk about later. And it was fantastic. Like that was fantastic. It would be nice if Jeff could have pronounced his name right, but whatever.
Yeah.
I still am forgiving him for saying Monkey D. Luffy.
Monkey D. Luffy. Monkey D.
Yeah, he goes, no, you said Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah.
It's Monkey D. Luffy.
That's an initial. So they played that. And then the orchestra also played the Game of the Year medley, which was fantastic. And then there was the Ports of the Fall as the Old Gods of Asgard playing Herald of Darkness from Alan Wake 2, and Sam Lake's up on stage having the time of his life dancing.
It's amazing.
They did the whole bit from the game, and I was just, this is fucking amazing. Why?
This is the We Sing chapter, is that right?
Yeah, this is the We Sing chapter. It's the choreography and the whole thing from the actual game. It's fucking spectacular. And on stage, it was just great. I knew what they were going to do the second Jeff was like, oh, the Old Gods of Asgard are coming. I was like, they're going to do Herald of Darkness because it's just such an iconic moment from the game. And they did, and it was everything I hoped it would be. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. We didn't get Imagine Dragons.
Double bonus. Imagine Dragons didn't ruin another of my favorite game soundtracks this year.
Yeah. So Jeff led with a really interesting bit of, okay, now we're gonna have the Game Awards orchestra, and they're gonna perform a track from a game that hasn't come out yet. And we was all like, okay, well, what are you doing here? And then he said, for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I just say, as soon as he said it's from a game that's not come out yet, I was like, it's Final Fantasy VII. it's Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Continue.
He bundled. He bungled the kind of intro as I flub over my own words. He fumbled the intro, but they moved to the orchestra and they performed the title, or maybe not the title song, but kind of a prominent song from
they called it the
Rebirth.
theme song for Rebirth.
That was it.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, and it was accompanied by a trailer, and the lead vocalist was the same person who did Never Enough from the Greatest Showman soundtrack, if you are aware of that. And she has one of the most beautiful voices you've ever heard. And combined with the trailer that they showed as well, and the contents of the trailer, and it hit me in all of the feels. And I can't wait for this game, Amy. I can't wait.
We're going to talk about the trailer soon. We get to talk about the trailer soon. I like the reveals. Like, I loved getting to see like one of the coolest things about doing this thing that we do here is how many like game developers I've met. Like, and just like acquaintances and like, people I recognize from like that one time. And like so many of them just got pop off last night with like, look at this cool new thing I'm working on. I'm like, that is fucking cool. Then why do you look angry for everything else that's happening? But like the like to see like so much cool things that people are working on.
Ikumi Nakamura
and see Ikumi Nakamura again.
Yeah, they are still the most adorable person in the world, and she did the falling over thing, and the game that they came out with, and we'll talk about all of this in the second half. Was incredible, and so are they. And more of that, please. More of people who are cool, who we understand aren't problematic. More of that on stage, please.
Who make games?
Yes.
Or are in them. And my last favorite highlight from the Game Awards 2023 was the new meme of Ben Starr getting flashbanged.
Please, can we give this man a hug? He had the brilliant graces you expect Ben Starr to do, to clap louder than any of the other nominees when your person who played Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3 took the award, whose name escapes me at the moment. But
Neil Newbon, but I'm not 100%. Newbon is his surname.
Newbon.
I think it's Neil.
And they came out with a killer outfit as well. Everybody's drip game was on point. But the poor man, he got flashbanged, and someone took a still from the live feed, and that meme is catching fire at the moment, and it's hilarious. And I know Ben Starr will take it all in his stride and all the rest of it, but
Neil Newbon,
that was. Right, he's a very good sport, and I just want to give that man a hug.
God willing, that will be our thumbnail this week.
Yes.
That's what I can think of. Sydney Newman did a really good job in the pre-show. Kept things moving along quite. Sydney Newman Goodman. Right? Yes. Goodman. Sydney Goodman did a really good job in the pre-show.
She did.
All of the speeches, even though they were cut short, they were really nice. Mm-hmm. Until the music started playing and everything started going red. And then at some point it ended. I enjoyed that too.
Yes. Timothée Chalamet came out to introduce the nominees for Game of the Year. And then I thought, okay, so the orchestra is going to play now. Have they got him a seat to sit on while they, bang out for 6 minutes? But no, he just toddled off to the back and then came out and opened the envelope. But yeah, it ended and everybody could go to sleep, and the world rejoiced.
The evil is defeated. I thought
video games.
Video games. Am I right? Yeah, it was a good idea to do some. Hey, there was some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't all suck. But I think we're done now. There is no indie game of the week because we're probably about to talk about a bunch of indie games of the week. So should we do a halftime?
Why not?
Moody,
Let's
Moody,
go.
do you feel caught up on what went down?
Yeah, it sounded like a shit show. That's all I need to know.
Okay, well,
Sounds good.
after the break, we'll come back with some of the amazing things that were announced and some of the lessons as well. I'm sure.
Sure, why not?
Why not? Yay!
Video games.
Belinda Garcia McGee had a brilliant tweet, which read, "We are an industry that glorifies weapons, brutality, and violence, but our biggest awards show remains silent when it's occurring in real life. Make it make sense."
Yeah, I did.
This is why it's not the biggest award show. Sucking Jeff.
I did see similar sentiment last night, which was just like, I think it was Sam Barlow. He said something similar, where it was just like, it's hard to like indulge in the escapist fantasy of the Game Awards when like every other advert is like buildings exploding and people being shot. Like there was a Call of Duty trailer there last night.
It was, yeah.
Which just absolutely threw me like across the fucking room, because it was just like, really? We're not going to do the Palestine thing, but you can flash literal warfare imagery in my face. All right, cool.
Shoot a lot of brown people.
Shoot all the brown people. That's Call of Duty. No, someone sent me like a couple of Stephen Tortilla tweets from like less than an hour ago, which I want to read because I think they're emblematic of all of the problems that we've just been talking about. So the first tweet was in response to the thing you were saying, Jeff said on Twitter, which was about the timing thing. So he tweeted, "Having sat 2 rows behind the person managing the clock, I can confirm there was manual control of when to start the 30-second countdown to the please wrap it up sign and manual control of when to make a flash." So I would summarize some summary of us surmising that
Fair enough.
It was automatic and that was bullshit was completely spot on. And the second tweet was also a fun fact. Jordan Peele's teleprompter script for his banter with Hideo Kojima would have had him say that after playing Metal Gear Solid 2, he thought Kojima either he was a genius or actually insane, but he left out the latter on stage and instead praised Hideo's artistry, which is just mad respect to Jordan Peele for that. I love the script called for him to be disrespectful to the man he is talking to, and John just went, "Nah, fuck that. I'm actually gonna give him some props."
Yeah,
and I think that's emblematic of everything that went wrong last night. If that was what was written for him to be disrespectful, it makes sense that the show came off as disrespectful.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Keighley's show coming off as disrespectful. What a surprise. To what I can say, the consensus right now to what I can say is that a lot of people really didn't like this showcase this year. And it's like a combination of like everybody. Some always say, "Oh, they did a really good job," yada yada, and the others like us and like no, they did a really bad job. You guys are crazy.
If you view it, like I said way earlier, and this is kind of like the theme of the second half of the podcast, if you view it as just an E3 press conference or whatever, it was fucking great.
It's an absolute banger.
But that's not what it's for, and that's not me reading into it. That's what Jeff says it's for. So I'm just taking it and on his terms. Because the fucking showcase part with the games, I mean, there wasn't very much gameplay, but there never is. I'm immune to that sort of at this point, but it was fantastic from that perspective. Just the rest of it, and it is quite interesting just to see everybody hated it this year.
Yeah, but there were some people who actually won awards. Should we go through and give it a little recap of what happened there?
Probably should. Does anyone have it up?
No.
Moody, on your
no, Moody, no, Moody, no. No, I'll do it.
Okay, Amy, do I believe you've got the predictions as well?
Winners.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we can remember.
I got it.
Who
I
said
got
what?
it. See, and I didn't crash anything. See?
Think I'm
How
not
good am
prepared.
I?
Oh, so you are able to do it. You choose not to. That's what we're getting.
No, I know. I click links that are in Discord. This was just open Google.
Right, okay.
And type in the Google Game Award winners. And it's giving me the Game Award winners. See.
Fair enough.
So where do you want to start off? Do you want to start from least important by Jeff Keighley to the most important, or most important to least important?
Before
in Jeff Keighley's term.
Before we do that, just a quick shout out to like every like game and every team of every game that was nominated. You all deserve to win. You're all fantastic, and you're all breathtaking. And that is how you do that organically, Anthony.
Oh, bless him.
What?
I bet if he wore his Captain America outfit, he'd be fine.
Probably. Well,
He
maybe
was there for promote Twisted Metal, though.
I feel I don't know how that would have gone down if with Jeffrey ignoring the Palestinian genocide. If someone had walked out,
It would have gone down brilliantly for Jeff.
If somebody had walked out in an American flag.
America.
I feel like you could have added another 5 minutes to the first part of this podcast just off of that alone. You know, Moody, I cede the control of this week's podcast to you.
Chair recognizes Moody.
Chair
That is very
recognizes
complicated.
Moody. Go wherever you want.
Too much power.
Hey, you used to host a podcast. You should know what you're doing.
Yeah, and I quit. For personal reasons, not for why I gave up on reasons. All right, let's just, I'll go off what this sheet is showing right here. So, Alan Wake 2 had won art direction. I'll go through the winners, and you just tell me to stop if you want to talk about them. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Alan Wake 2 won art direction. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 I won action adventure. Armored Core.
Let's stop there for a second, only because I believe that was the only gong that Tears of the Kingdom took home throughout the whole night. And it
looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it.
And I think the game director was there with their translator, San, and they're wearing a tunic from Wind Waker. And I thought, are we gonna get Twilight Princess kind of announcement going on? But
is it finally happening? No, Nintendo are like, we're gonna bring our own. We'll do our own shit when we're ready. We don't need you, Jeff.
Yeah. It was just part of a dope outfit. So. But yeah, I think I'm right in saying that was the only nod that it took throughout the whole of the
going from the
awards.
list I see here. Yes, it did.
Yeah,
which was yeah. So yeah, congratulations to Zelda. Like F1 to what I know, everyone says it's an amazing game. So
it's incredible.
Hear more about that in T-2 weeks.
Yeah, T-minus 2 weeks. Armored Core 6 won best action game.
Amazing for that team. I don't think anybody gave them much of a shot of winning that. For the way that everybody popped. So I happened to be watching the kind of funny react to the Game Awards, and it was a real big pop for when that team took home the. So yeah, props to them for making a banger of a game.
Yeah, I heard nothing but great things about it. It's just a game that I was thinking, I don't know if I want to play this. Yeah, I think it's going to be like too much for me.
As much as I'm the Words About Games resident from Software fangirl, I've never liked Armored Core games personally. I played them back when they were on the PS1, PS2 era. And I just, other things came out. I decided to skip it. But fantastic for the team to add another game award to the shelf.
100%.
Yeah, congratulations to them. Alan Wake 2 won best game direction. This is like.
I love how you that was the first one he paused at himself.
It said art direction and then game direction.
Sorry, that's on me then.
They won both.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very, as I said when I talked about it after beating it, it's such a unique game.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna no one else made a game like this, and Remedy weren't gonna make anything but this. Which I think is one of the reasons why I picked it to wanting to win when we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Just for that fact alone, all of the nominees had fantastic game direction. From what I saw, I only played 3 of them out of 5 of them. But like, it's just like I said before, it's just so nice to see like Remedy get some recognition.
Yeah, and I think the other special thing, sorry to cut across your Amy, the other special thing is with the limited amount of time that people had to accept their awards, the fact that Sam Lake got to go up so often, they got to thank as many teams as they could squeeze in their 30 seconds. The music came on each instance, so I think that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, congratulations to the entire team and everything. So I'm going to change it up. So I've got a proper list here now, so it's going to make it a lot easier, and I can go through the nominees as well. So there now is most anticipated game. The nominees were Tekken 8, Star Wars Outlanders, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Hades 2, and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Would it surprise you, everybody, that Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth won this one?
The game that had a performance in the show won the award.
Yes. Yeah, I think right now is probably everyone's, for the majority I see online, it's everyone's most anticipated game for next year and everything. Especially for you two, I believe it is, and everything, which is fantastic. Like, I will probably give it a go. Maybe I'm not entirely sure. I'm not 100%
my heart
there.
is going to soar and it's going to break. It's going to do all the things.
We'll talk about that trailer in a bit. It's coming.
Yeah. But congratulations to all of the nominees, and like I say, these are great looking games that I'm sure are going to excite everyone when they come out. And everything.
They all look fantastic. Like again, yeah,
and a good actually. Diverse type of games, like a fighting game, an open world game, a Japanese game, and quote unquote indie-ish game, what it was when it first came out. The first one came out, and obviously the arguably big blockbuster out there, obviously Final Fantasy. Best adaptation, the nominees were Castlevania, the Castlevania show, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Twisted Metal. And thank fucking God they got this right. The Last of Us won Best Adaptation. I would have cried if Super Mario won.
I think I would have been okay if Castlevania had won.
I would have been very okay if Castlevania won. Castlevania Nocturne, I think it is
Nocturne,
so good. They've really done a really good job of that with those adaptations for that show and everything.
From a social commentary point of view, when Neil Druckmann came up to collect the award, most of the scuttlebutt on social media retweeting news I picked.
You're breaking up.
I thought it was beautiful.
You're breaking up, and this is important.
Oh no! When Neil Druckmann went to pick up the award, the scuttlebutt on social media was everybody reposting or retweeting that news with the words "Free Palestine," which was really beautiful.
I thought you were going to say some idiots who hated The Last of Us Part 2 crying again and everything, and I was thinking, and they put like screaming, "Do it right this time," or something like that. And I'll be saying, "Fuck you, you bastards." He did it right.
we separately that season 2 will air in 2025. I did think that we may get some casting announcement during the show.
There was no time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's already a rumor out there for who's going to play Abby. So
rumors, are, especially at the moment.
No, it's been confirmed by a pretty good, reliable reliable person who I always went to for when I did my movie podcast.
Okay,
and
this is your realm over mine. I've just.
Yeah. I know. It's not been confirmed, but it sounds like that person is going to be the person I will.
Is that the same person who starred in Booksmart?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A list Emmy's ever grown.
No, I restarted it. It's got like 10 movies on it.
Oh, you got rid of half of them. Best multiplayer, apparently presented by Discord. Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And Baldur's Gate 3 wins.
This must have been awarded when I went to pee because I don't remember this one.
This was in the Baldur's Gate saying, "Yeah, I'm a sweep these awards."
I'm not going to choose that one. Nope. I'm not going to go play his voice. No, I'm not going to listen to the fans. Anyway, best sports/racing game, esports, FC 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsports, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, Turbocharged, and the Crew Motorfest went to Forza Motorsports. Yes, Vitz.
For Forza Motorsport to win the award for best racing/sports game just shows how weak of a year it is. Forza Motorsport remains an unfinished and in parts broken game, and it's mind-boggling how that took home a game award.
Well, no, like if it's an unfinished game, that just means in 3 years it'll win best ongoing game.
There you go. There's a silver lining. Thank you, Amy.
Congratulations to all of the nominees. Best Sim Strategy Game, Advanced War 1+2, Reboot Camp, City Skylanders 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 took home the statue.
GG's Pikmin 4.
Best family/Nintendo game, Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I stated who basically won this one by stating the Nintendo part. Mario took this one home as well. Best fighting game, God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 2, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl 2. What, there's 2 of those games? Pocket Bravery and Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 took home the nod.
Yeah, it certainly did. Mortal Kombat 1, I think, gave it a good run for its money, but I think from what I hear from the fighting game community, Street SF6 is the one to go for this year.
That's what I'm hearing as well.
Congrats to all the nominees.
Yeah. Best RPG, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P. I almost said pie. Sea of Stars and Starfield. And the best RPG went to Baldur's Gate 3.
No, it didn't.
It did not, no.
What?
Did it not go to Final Fantasy 16?
No, the list says Baldur's Gate 3 here.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of a different category.
Okay, thank God.
Was it a different category? Oh, shit. I did my joke too early.
I went, what did you guys think I was saying? I said best RPG.
No, we were thinking best soundtrack. Sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah, sorry. I'll leave again. I'll do that again. And
the good news is, Amy, audio listeners, none the wiser.
No,
When we
didn't
get
know.
to
They didn't know. Obviously, this was the best RPG of the year, purely because it's also the game of the year. So, like, it makes sense that it won this. But, like, it is one of the most incredible RPGs I've ever played.
And 2023 is embarrassment of riches.
Yeah,
across all the categories, but especially RPGs.
The fact that Octopath Traveler 2 couldn't even get nominated, it was a strong contender. It was a strong category this year.
But at the same time, like a lot of people say that one needs to be advanced, like I said, like we've said before. But
it does
like
need
an
to be
action
broken
RPG.
up.
Broken up. Yeah, not advanced. Why did I say advanced? Stupid
Because
me.
advanced came up probably.
Best VR/AR game, Gran Turismo 7, Humanity, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and Cypas? Resi Village 1.
The game that lets you go in VR and play the castle section from Resident Evil Village was always going to win this.
Yeah. You get to go to Big Mama's house in VR. Enough said. Say less.
It almost makes me want to buy a VR headset.
Best debut indie game, Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Vemba, and Viewfinder. And the winner went to Cocoon.
Sure did.
These are all...
Cocoon's an amazing game. I can't fault the winner here for Cocoon. Like, it was an amazing game.
There were no
Cocoon.
wrong choices in this category. And yeah, like, it's awesome that Cocoon won it. Play all of these games, everybody.
Best quote-unquote independent game, Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. And the winner went to Sea of Stars. Congratulations to the team, for all the teams for the nominations, but especially to Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars was an incredible game. I've had a lot of fun playing it. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm really enjoying it.
I'm going to talk about it next week.
Yeah, it would be wonderful if the team behind Sea of Stars actually got up to have a chance to speak. But apparently not. This was in one of the many rapid fire sections.
They were still waiting for Anthony Mackie to make a funny joke.
Yeah. He's still trying, bless him.
It might be back next year, folks. Best community support: Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, interesting, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky. Winner went to Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep, and I'm going to sweep this awards category. The train rolls on.
I was in the toilet when this happened as well.
Yep.
Best ongoing game: Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Winner goes to Cyberpunk 2077.
I thought I didn't care who won this until they said Cyberpunk 2077. And I was like, these guys won an award for putting the game out 3 years too early. That's what happened.
I have thoughts on this, and at no point did they apologize to the team or to the people who bought the game at launch to say, we realize that we put you through shit to crunch like nobody's ever crunched before to get this out, and for it to release in the broken state that it did, so bad that it got taken down from the PSN store and things like that. And then for them to, I've got no problem with their inclusion in this in terms of, right, they because the category names are all stupid anyway across all the categories. But it's okay. They carried on working on the game. They expansion. They went, to 1.0 to 2.0, and with all the DLC that they released and what have you. But yeah, for them just to say, well, it's great. We knocked it out of the park. Best ongoing game. We'll see you next year. Game was completely disingenuous to me. It made me actually angry.
Cyberpunk was always going to win this. When I saw they were in the category, Cyberpunk were winning this. I knew it instantly, which is just one of those things, as always, when it comes to a Jeff Keighley show. But congratulations to all the teams. And I'm really happy for everybody who's enjoying Cyberpunk now and everything. The game was finally what you wanted it to be and everything for when it came out and everything. And again, and to all the team who worked on this game, congratulations for your hard work paying off, and sadly you don't have a management structure to properly applaud you for that.
Yeah,
and everything. But thank you anyway. Thank you for your hard work either way. Ben, go on. No, thought you were going to say it. Me. I want to answer that or whatever.
I was saluting the hard work.
I'm gonna play it at some point.
Games for Impact: A Space for the Unbound, Chance of Sanaa. Sorry. Goodbye, Volcano High, Chia, Terra Nil, and Vemba.
Guys,
the winner goes to Chia.
Game Awards judges. All of these were correct. There was no wrong choice here. All of these were fantastic games. You had one job to do the funniest thing you could possibly have done, and you fucked it up. Games for Impact. Goodbye, Volcano High. Come on.
This was one of the awards that the wonderful Shuhei collected on behalf of the team at Chia. And I thought it was really great how they thanked the population of Caledonia, who I think this game is centered around, and all the rest of it. I just thought. Yeah,
there's a lot of positive stuff coming out of the Australian game industry at the moment. So it's cool to see Chia get that recognition.
I'm just happy we saw a rare sighting of Shu. He's vanished all of a sudden. For the last few years, it's he's just they've hidden him away for special occasions. And everything. I'm sure he's a very busy man and everything. But
no, he just escaped. Jim Ryan's gone now.
Yeah,
they've let him out.
Oh no, Jim Ryan had their leaving party the other day, and I think it was the very first time he'd seen a PS5 controller and a PS5 console. There were shots going around of a PS5 in a PlayStation 1 livery, and dog, that thing's gorgeous. But if Jim's still knocking around, we'll never see it.
So annoyed.
I played something like this.
I could have got that PlayStation controller if I was still working at PlayStation. So annoyed. I'm getting better pay now.
Not for a job. I mean, just show up one.
Yeah. Show up. I'm sure I asked for this.
I was in the neighborhood. I just wanted to see the old team again, reminisce. Just as you slowly, just I just wanted to, just reminisce.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, bye.
Anyway, see you later.
Innovation and Accessibility, an award that is close to, I think, all of our hearts here. shame it isn't for Jeff Keighley in the Game Awards
He
show.
moved it out of the show and put it in the pre-show. I will never forgive him for that.
Twat. Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, High Five Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6. And the winner went to Forza Motorsports. All of these. Go on.
No, I think a few of us predicted Forza was going to win at the end when we discussed this a couple of weeks ago. For their achievements, it's been wonderful. I just hoped, or I wished that they spent just as enough time on the accessibility as they had for. I'm still salty about this.
Yeah, I think it was between that off Street Fighter 6, just going off from what everything I've heard about Street Fighter 6 was one. But yeah, all of these, like, when it came to accessibility, like, was went and beyond, which is just fantastic to see.
Accessibility is moving forward in such a cool way. Like, it's great that we have such strong nominees for a category like this, where it's like you can look at it and go, yeah, these are actually all really strong nominations.
Yeah, no doubt. Best performance: Ben Starr, Final Fantasy 16, Cameron Mohan for Star Wars Jedi Survive, Idris Elba for Cyberpunk.
Team Sabre, maybe. Team Sabre. So in the nominations, Idris, I don't think was there.
No, he wasn't.
It was just a JPEG of him.
He was never going to be there.
But like a passport photo of him, like on a white back.
It was like if you Google Idris Elba, and it's like the first picture on Google, and he just pasted it in.
Unless he was told that he was going to win, he was never going to show up for this.
I love the fact he did the same thing.
Okay. Mylene Liburn for Alan Wake 2, Neil Newbern for Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal?
Yuri Lowenthal.
Yuri Lowenthal for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. And the winner went to Neil Newbern for Baldur's Gate 3. I think it was always like between him or at least Ben Starr, I believe, for everybody. So, like, congratulations for him, and congratulations to all the nominees.
Such a good performance. No wrong answers, again, from what I've seen and played this year. But, like, he's just does such a great job in Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, and the outfit he wore last night was absolutely killer.
Best audio design nominees are Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4. And this is the one and only Xbox win of the night. Hi-Fi Rush takes home a nod.
And Forza Motorsport.
I know. I just fucked it up there. Leave me alone, Amy. My brain literally went, Moody, you've got that completely wrong. Instantly
you said Forza Motorsport like 90 seconds ago.
I know. Wrap it up. Leave me alone. Yeah, wrap it up. Hi-Fi Rush. Congratulations to the entire team. I've heard nothing but great things for Hi-Fi Rush, so I was over the moon to hear this. And for the other Xbox winners as well, congratulations, I guess. I guess this is the category you both have been waiting for. Best score and music. Nominees were Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. I'm taking the piss out of there. Don't come at me, Nintendo nerds. Winner was Final Fantasy 16.
You got that right, it was. Let's fucking go. One of the most... again, there are no bad choices in this category, but for Final Fantasy 16 to get a nod in the Game Awards, in my opinion, it deserves a few. But from a soundtrack point of view, it's a banger. Obviously, there are more iconic Final Fantasy soundtracks which will remain in the pantheon of video game soundtrack lore. But for FF16, it's a banger, and I'm glad that they got some flowers on that night.
Okay, two more awards, and then we can get on to all the other things we want to talk about. Best Narrative nominees were Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2. And the winner went to Alan Wake 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important award that Jeff Keighley gives a fuck about, and that's the Game of the Year.
Presented by Timothy Chalamet.
And the US Air Force.
Yeah. And the nominees were Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Legend of Zelda: The Tears of the Kingdom. And the winner went to, obviously, Resident Evil 4. Baldur's Gate 3 won this. It was obviously the one that everyone knew was going to win this award and everything. Congratulations to all the nominees and the workers of all these games and everything.
Yeah, one of the more interesting points that I only realized earlier on today kind of thing was that Marvel Spider-Man 2 repeated the form of Marvel Spider-Man 1 by winning nothing at all.
And
Insomniac must be thinking, what do we have to do?
I'm sure they're not releasing any with two absolute heavyweight Titanic contenders, because that's what happened the last time as well.
Yeah, it was God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2, wasn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully the team at Insomniac
they got 7 nominations. So
yeah, no, 100%, and I'm sure Ted Price and towing the line of it's an honor just to be nominated. But I wish they could have taken at least a couple of nods. But there's always whatever they bring back for. I'm sure a third installment of Spider-Man, or fourth, depending.
Which will probably come out next, like Elden Ring 2 and. the next 3D Mario or something.
There's always that running joke of the game that immediately comes out the same day as Horizon is always so whenever the next Horizon's announced, it's like, oh, what are we gonna get?
Oh, cool. Baldur's Gate 3 is a worthy game to win game of the year.
6 winners, 6 nods at Baldur's Gate 3 took home.
Yeah.
Congrats to the team.
Congratulations to all the winners and all the nominees and everything. And we look forward to the future of your games and everything, especially Cyberpunk for next year will be nominated, obviously, for Best Ongoing Game.
It'll be. We need to cast our minds back to what was the most broken game? Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's going to win because
that's coming back. That's having a resurgence of players.
That was in 2021, so that's how this category works, right?
Yeah, definitely. But it's now time for us to move on to the announcements. That is the second most important thing of the Game Awards, apart from Jeff Keighley's ego and his fucking stupid face and smile and.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'll leave this. I am now going to pass this on to you, Sir Vitz.
Thank you kindly. So, it all kicked off in the pre-show, as we said, hosted by Goodman, who did a phenomenal job, and I really liked her joke about playing a game like her father and her father before that as well. So the pre-show kicked off with the world premiere of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which is being remade. It's going to drop on February 28th, 2024 on PC, Xbox Series S and X, and your PlayStation 5s. So I remember playing the original release of this, and one of the mini games that made me cry. I'm not sure if we'll get to this one again, but it might be a fun experience for me to play with my partner. So we'll see if we get to that. I do believe this is one of the titles that earlier this week as well, so it may not come to everybody.
The great thing about not being on Twitter anymore is now I'm immune to leaks.
Yeah, I don't see any.
I saw no leaks for the Game Awards.
Yeah, so when I saw this morning, I was thinking, oh, okay, that's interesting. Game's amazing. I can't fault the game. It's like a beautiful game, and I'm looking forward to playing it again next year and everything. But damn, this wasn't a surprise for me when I saw it.
So, from the mind of Daniel Mullins comes Pony Island 2: Panda Circus, which will be released in 2025. So I think, it's a little shame that it's out, but yeah.
If you haven't played a Daniel Mullins game, play a Daniel Mullins game. They're fucking weird and trippy and amazing. I love them all. Pony Island, The Hex, Inscription. They're all fantastic. When I saw Pony Island 2, I was like, hell yeah, here we go again. Here we go again, baby.
Next up was the reveal trailer for Rise of the Golden Idol, which is coming out next year across all the systems. PC, Switches, Netflix games, and PlayStation 5 and 4. So this is a follow-up to The Case of the Golden Idol, which is highly recommended by the likes of Lucy James, and so go and play. And one Amy K. Alexander as well. As they're waving frankly. Next up, we took a look at a game called Usual June, developed by Finji, which is coming out in 2025. And then we've got a selection of trailers for Arknight's Enfield, The Matchless Kung Fu, Warhammer 40k, Rogue Trader, and Assassin's Creed Nexus, which just looking at the trailer almost made me vomit because it's in VR.
Oh my god, yeah, the VR one where it's like he jumps up the thing and I'm just like, Whoa. No thanks. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks cool, but it's just like, no. I can't.
It seems to be. Again, I only watched a trailer once, so I might be misinterpreting it. It seems to be taking bits from different Assassin's Creeds rather than just focus on one narrative.
There was some
so
of
you'll
3
be
and some
stabbing people
of
as
2.
Yeah, Ezio and Cassandra and
Oh shit! I forgot. Okay, never mind. I forgot something is going to come up, and I forgot that it happened. I would have included it in the first part.
Oh, it's all good. Next, we took the latest game from the Odd Gentleman, Harmonian the Musical.
Fucking this looks amazing. Sorry.
Yes, this game will feature a deaf protagonist and will release on Netflix games and Game Pass. To follow on from what Amy's saying, this game looks amazing. Everything is done through ASL. And go check out the trailer, wishlist if you can, on whatever platform you're able to. And support this game because it looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this was either the lead into or the lead out of the accessibility award. And just it looks like a really special game.
Cool, great stuff. From the creators of Dead Cells, Motion Twin, we have a game called Windblown, which looks amazing. And they did a really cute thing on the title card where they flipped the W of Windblown to be Mindblown because that's how amazing this trailer is. So that's coming to early access in 2024 on your PC.
I'm so glad I can talk about this now. I've known about this for a while. My company helped did get Dead Cells on physical and everything, so it's like they did a lot of that for my company. Did a lot of that, so we've known we aren't really doing anything I think with the game, but we've known about this game for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first saw this is the first time I've saw it as well, but it looks like
really fucking good.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm just like, oh wait, they're doing like Dead Cells, but multiplayer Dead Cells with friends. I'm thinking, oh yeah,
I have some of those.
I have some of those, yeah.
From the creators of Thumper, that rhythm-based game on VR comes Thrasher, which has the same like type font and everything. And that was coming out in 2024. No additional given to that other than it's coming at some point next year. We'll see. Then the banger started again because we had Persona Reload.
You're starting to break
February
up again.
2nd.
Sorry.
Okay, so Persona 3 Reload, February 2nd, 2024. And then we had an odd one that I didn't see coming. So Dave the Diver and Dredge, which is having a bit of a collab going on. So
Makes
that is
perfect
arriving
sense. Weirdly.
Next
week,
Yeah.
on the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'm curious to who's QA testing that Team 17. I'm wondering that. I'm curious. Just trying to.
yeah.
Well, depending on which game studio you ask, and QA testers aren't game devs, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Apparently not. Yeah. Then the World of Goo 2 was coming out.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. So 15 years after the original, that's coming out next year in 2024. And then the pre-show wrapped up with Metaphor ReFantasio, new fantasy adventure games from the makers of Persona 3, 4, and 5. This game looks amazing. Hopefully we'll get time to check this out when it comes out next year.
I saw some of that UI. It's the Persona UI, so that's cool.
It is the Persona UI.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we head into the main Game Awards.
And now the show has started.
Yeah.
This is what you're here for.
So the Game Awards properly began with the reveal of Exodus. Coming from the Archetype Entertainment, this game will star all right. Other science fiction action adventures released this year. This one will feature aliens.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
Someone's doing Returnal again. Like that. Those were the vibes I got from watching the trailer.
I saw the trailer this one. I was thinking, wait, is this Returnal too?
Matthew McConaughey wanted to be in Returnal.
He was like, all right. I can dodge these floating balls.
Next up, surprise for me at least, was God of War Ragnarok DLC named Valhalla. So this appears to be a roguelike experience where it's Kratos and Mimir. This is coming next week on the 12th of December, which is Tuesday, for both versions on PlayStation 4. So you don't have long to wait.
And it's free.
Yeah. amazing. And it's interesting that we're getting this roguelite and then the one for Last of Us Part 2 early next year as well. So it will just see what else comes down this path. Do we get Ghost of Tsushima, another expansion where it's a roguelite as well? So good for that.
I'd rather them go into these type of genres instead of the fucking the genres
Live service.
Service genre. Yeah, I'd rather them do that. Thank you.
Look, for everyone that's going to enjoy God of War Valhalla, more power to you. The combat was like the thing I enjoyed the least in God of War Ragnarok. So I saw this and I kind of just went, and then I moved on with.
Says the person who planned the fucker.
Platinum other games before. Yeah, I platinumed it because I was doing all the exploration, not because I was fighting. I turned the difficulty right down after I finished the game.
I'm taking the piss.
From the creators of Untitled Goose Game, House, the next game is called Big Walk. Beautiful trailer, and but sadly you'll have to wait till 2025.
I didn't get this trailer whatsoever. It was so confusing for me because of the art style of the characters, but then the beautiful artistic art style of the world. And I was thinking, what the? I was thinking, I got to report this bug. There's a bug. These are fucking massive bugs, guys.
It's not so much the bug for me. It's like this. This was the beginning of a trend I noticed in the main show, like with a lot of the trailers, where it's like, oh, cool, a new game that I don't know anything about. And then I finished watching the trailer and I went, oh, cool, a new game I don't know anything about. Like, I don't know what this game is.
That going on.
And then Keely at the end is like, oh, I played this. I know, yeah, it was really cool. Can you tell me what the game's about then?
I appreciated that all the characters spoke like Pingu. that was my big takeaway.
I love House and Untitled Goose Game is great. But, like, I'm just like, I want to be excited for your game, but I don't know what it is.
Well, something we know a lot about, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, is coming out the 11th of January. And it's coming out with a demo. So that'll be interesting. And we also got another trailer, Lego Fortnite, which I feel we saw like 6 times during the actual Game Awards.
Yeah, so a couple of the team I work with have played this. Apparently, it is fucking amazing. Like, it's insane how good it is. They say it is. It's like, forget about what you know all about Fortnite and like the Battle Royale and everything. This is not that. It's literally a survival game where it's just you can just play by yourself and everything can just any in the world of Lego. Apparently it's amazing. My boss says, I'm playing this all this weekend. I was thinking, all right. Yeah. He says he's putting down his second
completely free.
Yeah.
So Fortnite, the loader is free itself, the expansion is free, and you don't necessarily have to pay for your own individual servers or anything like that. It seems to be a complete plug and play option, so good on them. Next we saw a trailer for Senua's Saga Hellblade 2
and the musical performance that we forgot to mention.
Yes. So that was good. So it still just said 2024. It's like, okay, we've been saying, okay, this game is coming. It's like,
let them
you can be a little bit more specific than that.
You know what? Let's not Redfall this. Just let them cook.
That's what I'm hoping. It's why they haven't put a date down yet. They're still saying 2024, but like, yeah, don't do a Redfall, guys.
Late 2024. Give us a window.
Windows are made to be broken.
Yeah, there is that. And then one of our superstars of our industry that we love so. Ikumi Nakamura came out to reveal their game, Kimuri. So yeah, they had a trailer to introduce their studio with all of the hand signals, and it was super adorable. And then yeah, a badass trailer came out for their game as well. So highly recommend you check that out. Then from Moon Studios, creative Ori, came No Rest for the Wicked.
This looked awesome. I loved Ori in the second one, so I'm over to see they're doing their next game. Look, that's amazing.
Yeah, they have an insider showcase happening on the 1st of March next year, so they'll be showing more information.
Did it say what it's coming to? Because I know they're pretty sure they said
it's coming to PlayStation.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Then Sega was chefing.
What the fuck?
They
happened?
were cooking on something. So ahead of the Game Awards, they sent out some press packs to a number of certain influencers, all of whom were involved in the FGC as far as understood, and people had the vibes that it was going to be a Virtua Fighter remake, maybe a remake of Virtua Fighter. What it turned out to be, but a reveal of like 5 different titles. People started referring to the Sega Super Game. I don't think they mentioned the word Super Game, but it was wild.
Well,
so
there's a lot of the same iconography like that they were using to like when they've been like talking about the Super Game. And yeah, so it does seem like it's tied to it in some way. Like this is just going to be like they're just bringing back everything.
Yeah. So we're talking Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and Crazy Taxi.
Are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's more to come. So we're keeping our eyes out on what's going to come from them. We did
wild.
Yeah.
Like
It was wild.
they just casually just dropped 5 new game announcements at once.
Well, isn't it like Sega's 40th anniversary or something? Or have I misheard that? But yeah, like they've had a.
It could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like the and more tantalizes me because there's stuff in their back catalog I would love to see come back. Like Dragon Force, Fantasy Star,
Daytona USA,
Virtua Fighter.
Absolutely. Bring them all back.
Bring everything back.
Next up for your DBZ fans is Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, and the exclamation mark sparkling.
Not in the Zero.
So I've seen like I watch a couple of people who like play the Yu-Gi-Oh game that I always play and everything, but they also do Dragon Ball content as well for it. Like they love Dragon Ball. Like they've done reactions to this. Like it's so funny. I won't lie. All you heard was from Jeff. It's like, follow you Dragon Ball fans. And like, wait, what? And
So
like,
this one's
wait,
coming
what?
this one's coming to PS5, your Xbox Series X and S, and on PC. So
2025 as well, I believe. I think it said 2025 when
may
it
have
was
done.
revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Do you want to pass the baton over this? Because we've been going
Sure,
for a
go for
while. Well, I found the exact article you're reading from, and I've just been reading along.
Go for it.
We'll
do a bit of back and forth.
Yeah,
It's
why
all
not?
good.
Like, yeah. And just like share the load. You know, this is a very flat team structure, as Jodie Whittaker's doctor would say. Yeah, so the next one was the casting of Frank Stone, which is a single-player Dead by Daylight, set in Dead by Daylight, made by Supermassive Games, which is a fascinating one, I think. After that, we had Visions of Mana, which is the first new game in the Mana series.
It looks
15
beautiful.
years.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever played any of these
very-
games?
I have not known.
Because they remade 2 of them.
Made
I
one
think.
last year or 2 years
Trials-
ago or something. Yeah.
Trials and Secret have both been
Yeah.
remade in the recent past, and they're really good. So I'm looking for like a brand new version, a brand new entry in the series coming 2024 on PC, Xbox, PlayStation. Then Team Ninja's next game was Rise of the Ronin, which is going to be a PS5 exclusive on March 22nd, 2024.
Oh yeah, PlayStation revealed it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I
They
forgot
did.
that.
Yeah, I thought this was like a new game reveal, and I was like, oh no, I've seen this before.
We've seen this samurai with his Leonardo da Vinci flying machine and also guns.
Anyway, next up, OD, which is a game / movie by Hideo Kojima, with
So
working
we
alongside
know
Jordan
this.
Peele.
We know this title to refer to as Overdose. For some reason, he thought to clarify 2 other names beginning with OD wasn't going to be, but it's like, yo, Kojima-san, we know it's Overdose. You don't have to.
You
have to
already,
do the smoke and
told
mirrors.
us. Yeah, you already told
Yeah.
us what it was
Yeah.
called like a year ago, or like 6 months ago, whatever it was.
When doctors pronounce someone dead from overdose, they say they OD'd.
Yeah.
We knew what he meant.
Yeah, you're not being as mysterious. Like you've lost your touch there a little bit. We also next up we had the reveal of Jurassic Park Survival. Coming up
This
PS4,
fucking looked
Xbox,
awesome.
PC.
This looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks so good.
It's about
I
fucking
think it
time.
may also star the principal actor from the movie Polite Society. I could be wrong on that. I looked at IMDb earlier today, but they didn't have a page with all the credits and things. But yeah, just hearing John Williams' score again got me right in the field.
Yeah.
And so you play as an Indian employee who wasn't extracted when everybody else left the island, but it's set off after the events of the movie. So some velociraptors who are trapped in the cold storage room. And yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, did we now know that Raptor did get out?
Yeah.
Justice for the Raptor.
Justice for Blue. She was done dirty in the last movie.
Eyes on me.
And I'm back.
One day we'll have that conversation of how much of a cowards they were for the second Jurassic World movie where they didn't give the girl a dinosaur. But that's for another. That's a topic for another day.
After this,
Indeed.
rocket racing is coming to Fortnite. And then the thing that I forgot to bring up in the beginning, we got a trailer for Black Myth Wukong, which we talked about last week on this podcast for amazing and awesome reasons. And this was the first message I sent in the actual Discord chat, which was just Rebecca Valentine's immediate reaction.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's her article over on IGN is required reading. If you're unfamiliar with what's going on with the team here, it's awful news, and I'm not sure how anybody can enjoy this game who's aware of what's feel good about themselves.
Yeah, for what we saw this year, people don't give a fuck. All right,
Yeah.
like, that's the thing. Like
But we give
people,
a
like, yeah. People don't give a fuck about anything when if people are getting hurt in a company or whatsoever. Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, like I bet if I went on the account of all the people I had issues with at the beginning of this year, they're probably all talking about how great this game looks. Yeah, and you know what? Fine, it does, but also there's a lot of baggage to be unpacked, and the fact that this was given like prime time at the Game Awards was like, what the fuck?
It was always gonna. Like, yeah, even if Jeff has read that article and completely is like shocked by all of that article, he wasn't gonna change anything. He wasn't gonna change anything.
He was showing off Hogwarts Legacy. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does care.
That's why, but I still think we should bring it up.
Oh yes, I agree. Always bring this shit up.
As Dust Falls is coming to PlayStation.
Sure is.
Good game. Very good game. I enjoyed it a lot. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is definitely coming out on the 2nd of February 2024.
This might be alluding to something that we're going to discuss in a few minutes or so. But in a 2-week period, we're going to get to play, if we're this silly with our money, not only Suicide Squad, but Skull and Bones as well, in a fortnight period.
Wait, they reshowed Skull and Bones?
It's coming. Don't worry.
Sorry
what?
to bury the lead, Moody.
No fucking way. Do you think Elf will vote for this one next year?
Who knows? We're getting ahead of ourselves. Whispers in the Wall, the expansion for Warframe, is coming on the 13th of December 2024.
This is the next role that Ben Starr has announced, playing a character in a Warframe 1999.
Nice. I didn't know that. Next up, we had Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, which is being released on the 13th of February. And then Police Brutality Simulator version 1.0 is coming out on the 13th of December.
How is this still a thing?
What?
This is Ready or Not. The version 1.0 is
no offense, it doesn't help that Amy didn't call it that when it came out. Okay, I was like, wait, what? I'm following this list. Where's
Amy tells it how it is, and
where's
how it
Police
is
Brutality game? I can't see that
It's
one.
right
What
there.
the hell?
Ready or Not.
Yeah, say Ready or Not. Just say that, and then I'll know what you mean. My brain will go crazy if you do that. My idiot's brain will be like, what? Wait, where's this game? What is this article I'm following not
I gotta
up to date
ask.
or anything?
I got to ask,
Go on.
though, just very quickly, like, and I respect the fact that, you know, your ADHD was triggered by the fact that I didn't say the real game name. If there had have been an actual game called Police Brutality Simulator, do you not think it might have come up about an hour ago?
Probably, but at the same time,
we didn't discuss.
I just had to clarify. I just had to clarify that. Yeah, Ready or Not, whatever, don't care. Shit.
That's fair.
Bullshit. What wasn't bullshit? I didn't realize these two games followed each other. Tales of Kenzera Zhao was the next game that got revealed. One of the really cool moments of the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Coming 23rd of April to PS5, Xbox Series X and S,
Across
Switch, and
everything.
PC.
Yeah, it looks really good. This game, it looks beautiful, and it felt Ori-ish to it. I felt like it felt Ori vibes to it. Yeah.
Oh, and then Lost Records, Blooming Range, from the creators of Life is Strange.
I love this. I was thinking when I saw this, I was thinking, "Give me more, give me more."
Before they revealed the name and the developer, I was like, "Wait, is someone making a fucking Paper Girls game?"
Yes.
Which is cool. I love Paper Girls, but then give me more games by these creators in this vibe. I mean, you don't even need to sell any on it.
Yeah, we've got a late 2024 title attached to. A late 2024 window attached to this title.
We got the first Berserker Kazan, which I must have been in the bathroom for.
Yeah.
And then
Here we go.
we got.
Oh, are we going back to Apex, Amy?
Yeah, we got the reveal of a Final Fantasy VII crossover with Apex Legends.
Yeah.
On January 22nd, 2024.
Are we going back to Apex?
We always say we're going back to Apex, and we never do. Besides,
we do.
Yeah, Like a Dragon's coming out the week after.
Oh, yeah, fuck you first. Sorry, Apex.
So no, we're not going back to Apex.
Nope.
After this, we got Honkai Star Rail Penacony, which I guess is an expansion.
Yeah.
And then Skull and Bones will definitely be released on February 16th. Register for a closed beta now.
You know what? I'm just going to say this. For me, they're probably just like, get this fucking game out.
Moody, you wouldn't believe this. If you pre-order, you can play the game 3 days early.
Oh, that's that new fucking thing that every company's doing, especially Xbox these days. Fucking hell, man. Oh, I'm sick of that thing. Sick of it. If you pay us an extra 20 quid more, we'll give you it 3 days earlier. Oh, go suck an egg.
No, if you don't pay an extra 30 quid, you get the game 3 days late. That's how it actually works.
That's how that works. Yeah, that's how it works.
We'll see. I mean, it's Skull and Bones. It's not coming out right. It's gonna be delayed again, surely. After that, we got Arcane Leon making a Blade game. Fuck yes!
It looks amazing.
I was so happy.
Okay, so I don't know about this. Okay, so like I'm all excited for a Blade game. Don't deny that. Blade's awesome. Fucking seriously, Disney, Marvel, sort your shit out. You got freaking Mahershala Ali. Okay,
Yep.
Seriously, sort your fucking shit out. Either way, back to this. This is awesome and everything. You ain't saying this game for at least 5 years. Like when I saw this thing. Sorry for putting in there, Vitz. I apologize. When I saw literally the words at the end, where is it? In early development or now in development, I was thinking, yeah, you're not coming out. You haven't even sorted out. Like, what the fuck? This should not have been announced for me personally. I might be wrong, and it's out in 2 years' time. Then brilliant and everything, but this screams a game that's not coming out for at least 4 or 5 years. And
the point of Disney and Marvel getting their shit together with Mahershala Ali is by the time this game comes out, the movie might be out as well.
Probably,
it might be a perfect synergy.
Probably, potentially, no doubt about that.
Can I have my moment to be excited about this now?
I'm sorry. I am sorry. I do apologize. I'm sorry to be a buzzkill, but yeah, this is awesome to hear and everything.
This is Joe Medforce versus Avatar 2 all over again.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Seriously, it's not.
Really excited. I really like
it. It looks amazing.
It's a CGI trailer, guys.
Yeah, but the dude took
the fuck, Moody?
I cleaned up his beard.
Fine. After that, we got Twisted Metal Season 2, which is coming in that long stand-up thing from Anthony Mackie. Then we got a trailer for The Last Sentinel, which is from Lightspeed Studios. I don't remember that. Then The First Descendant from Nexon Games is coming summer 2024. After that, we got the next
it is a bit weird. Sorry, Amy. It is a bit weird that we got The Last Sentinel and The First Descendant just back to back in terms of what the games are ordered.
But in the wrong order. The first one was last, and the last one was 1st. We got a trailer for Zenless Zone Zero, which will be released in 2024.
That game features a whole lot of children with a whole lot of breasts. they are buxom children, and I don't know why.
It's one of those games.
Yep.
We got Mecha Break, which will be entering closed alpha tests soon. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines, which is the sequel of Space Marine, is coming 9th of September 2024.
Ooh. I can take over if you like.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. We then got to look at GTFO, the final chapter. But developer 10 Chambers wasn't finished, so we've got a new look, or they've got a new look at their new game, Den of Wolves. This is followed by X-Born, a new tactical open world extraction shooter. And we'll learn more about that next. After this, Matt Mercer from Critical Role and voice roles from all over the place, including
Matt Mercer's
Gandalf.
in Critical Role.
He sure is. He took to the stage to introduce Asgard's Wrath, where he voices Loki. So he's continuing his trend of being villains, following on from his work of Ganondorf in Legends of Tears of the Kingdom. We got a recut trailer of the Fallout TV show for some reason, but the cast came out, and Walton Goggins did indeed have his nose. I thought he'd come out with his prosthetics on, but yeah.
Well, yeah, there's that story he's a very methodish actor. Like when he got cast as Boy Crowder in Justified, he actually went out with the swastika tattoos out around town and stuff. So it wouldn't have surprised me if he cut his nose off.
Yeah, for I think three of the leads came out, and then there was some dude in a super armor or something, whatever it happens to be. But then Walton Goggins just leant across, spoke over whoever the lead female actor is. Sorry, her name escapes me at the moment. But yeah, I just thought that was, we finally have a woman on stage. Let them speak, for goodness sake. But
no, you got to play the wrap it up music.
Yeah. So Amazon April TV show. It was then followed by a trailer for Paleo, a fantasy game being for free on the Switch next week on the 14th.
I like free.
Be sure to check that out. Yeah, we love free. Then we got Sean Murray. He came out, and
this was so
Sean Murray
nostalgic.
of Hello Games, who you may know from No Man's Sky. They did a long trailer for this is No Man's Sky. This started. Here's all the expansions that we did, and here's all title treatments we gave to all the expansions. And then he says, you know what? That game wasn't ambitious enough. I'm going to come out on stage next to Jeff Keighley and introduce Light No Fire, where instead of procedurally generating an entire universe, he's inventing Earth, the whole damn planet.
With dragons.
This strikes me as another instance where the whole team is saying, don't say ambitious, don't say ambitious, don't say ambitious. And then he just says, this is the most ambitious.
Just Sean, just announce the trailer and leave.
Yeah.
We can't do this again, Sean. It was, you know what? It was very nostalgic.
Yeah, it was. It was a throwback to simpler times. But there's thankfully there's no release. He only gave the team at Hello Games a slight hard, not a full blown.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Cool. Maybe it would be cool if they everything that he says, and then it's all in the game.
Vanilla launch. Yeah, it's all there.
Launch. That would be awesome. A nice little redemption story, I guess.
For fans of early access, in summer 2024, you'll get the new release from Frost Giant Studios, Stormgate. And then, again, we got to look at Exoborn, again, from the same people who made The Division by the team at Ubisoft. We got a selection of Guilty Gear Strive trailers, and then you look at the characters, Elefet Valentine, and a new mode where people can fight free, if that's your bag. We then got a short trailer for Ark Survival Ascended, which is still, as I understand, in a very buggy state, and has not been optimized to pretty much any system. But, more power to you if that's your thing. Square Enix then returned to give Final Fantasy fans what they believe. 2 expansions for Final Fantasy 16. So Echoes of the Fallen, which shadow dropped during the Game Awards, so it's available to download now. And the Rising Tide DLC, which arrives in spring 2024. So I don't think anybody was expecting a shadow drop. But yeah, if you'd like some more Clive Rossfield in your life, and let's be honest, who doesn't? Then those are for you. Where these sit in the timeline, given the events of I'm still to see. But yeah, I mean, people are after more DLC for Final Fantasy 16, and here it is. We got a trailer for the finals. So this is that first-person arena-based shooter with the AI voices. I don't think they've corrected that in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, it's got commentators, right?
Yes.
And the commentators are yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I believe that's out in some form early access at the moment. So I know there's some sponsored streams going around the interwebs for now. And then another look at the Fortnite trailer for all things Lego. And then Baldur's Gate 3 is out on Xbox right now, apparently.
It is.
Yeah. I can't remember them saying that
They
because they
didn't.
just played the same trailer. Yeah, they may have said it after the fact.
They were meant to say it, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they got played out.
Yeah, and then a short trailer for Bellwright arriving in 2024 came next. Then the last and final world premiere of the Game Awards 2023 was Monster Hunter Wilds from Cap. So you can start slaying monsters in 2025, and apparently more will be revealed in the summer of 2024. And
Wonder
that, my
what
friends,
could be happening in summer.
yeah,
Maybe a festival of some kind.
like a fest,
Like a fest.
a games
Of
fest.
games?
Yeah. Wonders we'll never see. And that, my friends, is everything that was revealed of merit at the Game Awards.
Hell yeah. There was this Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer as well, but we'll talk about that next week, I think.
Yeah.
We need space. We need space to nerd out about it.
Yeah, my heart's going to soar and it's going to break into.
Yeah. Cool. That was the Game Awards. Oh, Discord, man, what you doing?
It's all good.
I'll try that out. I'll try that outro again. That was the Game Awards 2023, as recapped by us. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Monster Hunter. That was the one more
Wilds.
thing.
It was.
So it was, well, we all knew Monster Hunter, Monster Gun again was coming.
It's a hell of a lot better than a Fast and Furious.
Oh, God, remember that. Jesus.
Yeah. I've got one more thing. Oh my God. What could it be?
Michelle Rodriguez saying how much she loves Tekken.
Again.
It was brilliant.
It is time for the final little part of the podcast. OpenCritic Head-To-Head. This is the game we play every week, where we try to guess the OpenCritic average of upcoming games. Whoever guesses closest to the... Oh, I really should have updated this before we started. I thought I didn't need to touch the... I thought I didn't need to touch the show notes, and I did need to touch the show notes.
I've updated a little bit for
good.
you.
If I was wearing a cap, I would doff it to you for the Hail Mary play.
No,
It was a moment of genius.
it didn't. It unfortunately didn't
work out.
Didn't work
Didn't
out
work
quite that
out.
way. It would have if we'd have recorded
You were
it
so
at that
excited.
moment. Yeah,
Aye.
well, it was.
Yeah.
It was a fun moment. This is the game we play every week where we try to guess the OpenCritic average of upcoming games. Whoever guesses closest to the score gets a point, and if you manage to guess the score correctly, you get 2 points. You updated it. Cool.
I've just said that.
Yeah, no. It said a different number. It's fine. I'm just moving things around very quickly.
It's all good. What are listeners? Are you having fun? I'm sure I hope you are.
Last week, we tried to guess the OpenCritic average of a few games. The first one Wasn't actually last week. It was a couple of weeks ago. Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince. I guessed it would get a 75. Moody guessed it would get a 77. Vitz guessed it would get a 79. At the time of recording, Dragon Quest Monsters has an OpenCritic average of 74, which means Amy gets a point. We also tried to guess the OpenCritic average of a Highland song. I was so close. Not for this game, for a different game.
Yeah.
And I've just had it ripped away from me. Damn game reviewers. I guessed it would get an 84 because that's what I really needed for it to win for being Fantasy Critic. Mooney guessed it would get an 85. Vitz guessed it would get a 79. At the time of recording, a Highland song has an OpenCritic average of 80, which gives Vitz a point.
Woo.
And lastly, we tried to guess the OpenCritic average of Avatar. I forgot to write the subtitle. Frontiers of Pandora?
Pandora?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guessed it would get a
James
60.
Cameron's at it again. That's what should we call it.
I guessed it would get a 69 because I'm very mature. Mooney guessed it would get a 71. Fitz guessed it would get a 70.
Oh, snap.
It was close.
2 points.
Yeah. But at the time of recording, Avatar has an OpenCritic average of 70, which means Fitz gets 2 points and puts the final scores for OpenCritic Head-To-Head 2023 at Amy 37, Moody 36, Fitz 12 with 3 draws. I didn't win the way I wanted,
Congratulations.
but I did win.
Your scores is 38, Amy.
Is it? I thought it was 37 because we were tied for 36.
Yeah, but you've won 2 points. You won for Highland score on Dragon Quest. That's 2 points.
No, Vitz won for Highland Song.
Yeah, it got 79.
Yeah, it got 80. He had 79.
That's me. 3-point conversion, baby.
My apologies. Did not read that properly. I apologize there.
No, I mean,
going from 8 points to 12 in a week. I don't think that's bad going. I think if we have a full season of next year,
I think we've got to watch out.
We might have a little bit of competition.
Have I got to start taking this more seriously? Crap. No more 69s for Amy. Well, not in this game anyway.
Hey-o.
That's a wrap on the year of OpenCritic Head-To-Head. And once I fill this thing in, I will do the full rundown of what everybody got, which will take me a minute. Avatar times 2. I'll do. So the games that I managed to guess correctly, starting from January, you'll have forgotten some of these came out. Deliver Us Mars, Like a Dragon Ishin, Resident Evil 4, Dead Island 2, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Redfall, The Last Case of Benedict Fox, Humanity, Street Fighter 6, Mask of the Rose, Crash Team Rumble, Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, Venba, Baldur's Gate 3, WrestleQuest. Did that actually come out?
Yes.
You know, because
WrestleQuest
I know it got reviews, and then it got delayed. Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, Immortals of Avium, Fort Solis, Starfield, Gunbrella, The Crew Motorfest, Payday 3, Cocoon, Slay the Princess, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, American Arcadia, and Dragon Quest Monsters. And I guessed the scores completely correctly for Wild Hearts, Tron Identity, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, The Legend of Heroes, Trails into Reverie, and Toussaint. Moody guessed correctly, came out of the fucking gate, storming out of the gate. Fire Emblem Engage, Dead Space, Bayonetta Origins, Cheers, Star Trek Resurgence, the Lord of the Rings Golem, Convergence, A League of Legends Story, System Shock, Amnesia the Bunker, Aliens Dark Descent, Oxenfree 2, Pikmin 4, Viewfinder, Exoprimal, Disney Illusion Island, Armored Core 6, Sea of Stars, Chance of Sonar, Goodbye Volcano High, Party Animals, Minako's Night Market, Detective Pikachu Returns, Assassin's Creed Mirage, Forza Motorsport, The Lords of the Fallen. We weren't sure on the title of that game. Alan Wake 2, Ghost Runner 2, Thirsty Suitors, Star Ocean, The Second Story R, Super Mario RPG, In Stars and Time, and Worldless. And he guessed the score completely correctly for Octopath Traveler 2 and Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Vitz, who came in quite late in the year, you guessed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Total War Pharaoh, Spider-Man 2, WarioWare Move It, Like a Dragon Gaiden, Persona 5 Tactica, Highland Song, and you guessed the scores completely correctly for Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Avatar. The 3 draws were War Long, Fallen Dynasty, Final Fantasy 16, and Sonic Superstars.
Amazing stuff. Great effort, team.
I'm comparing my list with Moody's. I think I've lost my Queen of the Indie Games crown. Had a shocking year guessing, how the indie games would go down on OpenCritic.
Oh, speaking of that, losing a crown again, Amy.
I wasn't going to say anything. You did it.
It got so fucking close, but and you know what? There's still time for people to review Highland Song.
Yeah.
If a few people want to give it some 10s, that would be great.
We also called out how you asked if any video game critics can give Highland
Well, it didn't
Song a
fucking
10.
work because the score dropped.
I appreciate your moxie, my friend.
I may have put a post out on.
I think
I may have put a post out on Bluesky asking if anyone wanted to give the game a 10 out of 10 real quick.
Thank you, Avatar, for being just a Far Cry ripoff. Because I secured 3rd place because of this.
I do want to point out that at one point, between myself and Vitz, it was down to 0.0. It was down to 0.3.
Yeah,
was the gap. And it's widened a bit now, but I was just like, and then reviewers fucked me over. I'll bet it was Metro Game Central. I haven't been on OpenCritic to check who's giving the latest reviews. I'll bet it was Metro Game Central. They hate me for some reason.
Yeah.
So
GG's everybody. Good game.
We'll do the full update like in the podcast in the next year when we do the Fantasy Critic draft again. Because things could change. There's there's 2 points between myself and Vitz, and there's like 1.5 points between
the funny thing is
Moody and
that
Keith.
Vitz just was like, I'm not even going to have a full list of games, guys, just so you know, and I'm going to walk this.
To be fair, if Silk Song came out, I would have been dead and buried.
Oh, hell yeah. Everyone would have been. It's especially Amy. She would have just kept on playing it.
I would have died of shock. It would have ended me. It would have sent me.
If they announced Silk Song and gave it a release date last night, it would have been the greatest game awards of all time for me.
Mary Kish put out some posts on social saying, "Oh, this is my fit for the Game Award." Mary looks all different kinds of brilliant in her outfit, and she's there saying, "Can't wait for the Silk Song release date to outfit all day long." Oh.
Silk Song when? Silk Song when? Silk Song when? I mean, look, hey Moody, all I've done is I've reinforced the fact that you cannot win both OpenCritic Head-To-Head and Fantasy Critic Head-To-Head. Apparently, it's just not possible.
Yeah. Because when we first started doing all of this, I won OpenCritic first time, you won Final Fantasy Critic, then the year after.
Then we flipped.
We flipped.
Then we flipped back.
The funny thing is, OpenCritic, it's come down to the final week all the time for the last 2 years now, which is pretty cool. Especially last year, I ran away with it, and then you came storming back. And then this year, you ran away with it, and I came storming back. Even with Vitz taking some bloody points, I caught up with you.
Some.
Yeah, some 12 freaking points.
You took so many points. Yeah.
I'm curious of who would have actually won if Vitz's points were separated between us.
It is an interesting. Probably would have still been within 1 point.
In theory, Russ should have won this by a country mile.
Oh yes,
because of some decisions. Some unknown reason, he made the calls that he did.
I'm going to defend him on a couple of them. He has picked Call of Duty every year. It's a solid 5 to 10 points. Who would have known? Who would have thought that game critics would have finally grown a pair? The year he got the 2 highest rated games of all time to just really put him in his place.
His second pick was Forspoken. I'll never let that live down.
I mean, it had a lot of promise.
Yeah, he got whacked twice. He got whacked by Call of Duty and Advanced Wars with his counter pick as well. He lost 22 points there in itself. Which, if he got those correctly or just like didn't lose points, he would have comfortably been third easily. But those two games completely knocked him out.
You know what? It's a better year than last year.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! He lost to a man who didn't even participated. Yeah. After picking all his picks like 3 or 4, like 4 weeks later, Joe literally put, "Yeah, I can't play anymore, guys." All right, no worries. And he still came. He still beat Russ. It's like, oh, Russ, you probably a schmuck.
Yeah, he mentioned like, just remove me from the league, and I messaged him and I said, I'm not doing that because like currently you're not even in last. So,
are you even able to remove him? Were you even able to?
I can remove players if I need to.
Okay.
Because I took them out for this year. It's like Discord knows that I have to edit this as soon as we finish recording it, so it's giving me as much editing as it possibly can. Could you repeat that, Vitz?
I was going to say, yeah, so the scores are in flux towards the end of the year, but regardless of which one of us wins, it's been amazing, and thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. And I guess good luck to whoever picks Silksong ahead of me, because everybody who is finishing third and below is vindictive bastards and will pick it. And I hate whoever does it.
Well, Vitz does have a choice if he wants to claim it. I'm guessing you're claiming.
Oh no! I've already said.
Vitz is clever.
That's my girl Amy's.
Yeah, because he's going to claim Final Fantasy, isn't he?
He's going to claim a game that's actually coming out next year.
Oh, what if Silksong doesn't come out next year?
It won't. Like, that will be the ultimate revenge. Someone like Elfie is going to think she's being really funny. She's going to pick Silksong, and then I'm going to laugh all the way to the bank when it doesn't come out next year. When I win next year, and then I get to pick it the year after, and then it does come out.
There you go.
I hope. I've had this in my team every year since 2020. Woe befall the person who picks it before me.
There you go. And with those mild threats, it's time to say goodbye, everybody.
Oh, was that a mild threat? Hold on, let me try that again. Fuck! I will fucking smash a desk across the head of whoever picks this game ahead of me. Was that better?
Now, listeners, do we do it just for the funds? Do we do it just for the shit?
Do it for the lols now, yeah. I feel like I need to do it just for the lols now.
Comment below in the comments. Why did I click that like button and hit subscribe?
See, I know you people.
You people?
You people?
You don't count, Vitz. You don't count. You're going after me next year.
Is Vitz not people? Is that what you're saying now?
Vitz is cool. We already had this discussion. We already privately had this discussion.
Cool people.
I said, listen, if you win, you're not going to pick Hollow Knight, right? And he was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, cool.
Maybe I thought he was going to say this was one of the cool brown people.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's all good.
That's all right. I called him white last week.
Well, there you go.
That's how the podcast ends,
and
everybody.
That's how it ends.
Video games, everybody. Jeff Keighley, do better.
Jeff Keighley, go get suplexed through the stage.
Go home and be a family man.
Go and think about what you've done. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Disappointed, yeah.
That's the title of the episode
right
there.
Yeah, she still hasn't forgiven you for last year's, Jeff.
Why? What haven't I forgiven him for last year?
Because that game you really liked that I only played 3 minutes of, that you didn't even get nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, right. I still do hold it. And it was 1 minute. I looked at your stats.
And friends, if you happen to see Ben Starr out and about, ask for consent, then give that man a hug. I think he needs it.
Don't flashbang him.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for episode The Game Awards Part 2 of the Words About Games podcast. Does anyone have any nice things to say to close out the...
The musical numbers were absolute bangers, and Fluke Guy bought it like I knew that they would. Long live that man.
Hey, you, everybody out there, you're fucking awesome. Go and have an awesome fucking weekend. Because why? Because you are fucking awesome. Live long and prosper. Jeff Keighley sucks.
I'd argue.